San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys brought in former Houston Texans #1 overall pick Jadeveon Clowney for a visit. Clowney, the top selection of the 2014 draft, is 32 years old. He's entering his 12th season. Spent last year with the Carolina Panthers, where he had 5.5 sacks, 11 quarterback hits, 9 tackles for loss in 14 games. And the NBA held its annual Board of Governors meeting today. Plenty of talk about the Clippers and Kawhi. The commissioner says it's an ongoing investigation.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it's my favorite day of the week. It's Hump Day!
Hump Day!
Hump Day!
Hump Day!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Hump Day, everybody. Hope you're having a good Wednesday afternoon out there. Thanks for spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. You having a good Hump Day?
I'm having a great day, although I had a buddy of mine message me earlier.
Uh-oh.
You know, it's kind of like you and Dairy Queen tacos. It's the little things that people just latch onto. He wanted to know how it went with your neighbor Karen on your watering day. And I was like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet.
Me.
Yeah, I mean, like, seriously?
Dude,
He wanted to know about your leakage.
You know, here's the updated story. I had nobody that talked to me. Nobody came to the door. Watered the yard, yes, and there was a stream of water going down. So at my house, in the front of the house, there's a bathroom there. And the bathroom has a window that points out to the front yard. And so it's about 7:15 or so, something like that. And I'm in there peeing.
Leaking?
And so I'm looking out the window and I see this white car. And it's stopped like right in the middle. And I see it back up. And it kind of backs up the wrong way in my house on the curb right there. And sat there for about, 30 seconds, a minute.
How long was your stream?
Well, I was done by then.
Okay.
But I'm
you're just watching.
I'm watching this white car.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming it was one of the busybodies taking video of this or taking a picture of the water or whatever. And all I can say is bring it on. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. So bring it on. Let's go. And if the neighborhood wants to take up a collection for me, and I can put rocks and cactus in my yard, I'll be happy to do that. But I'm not doing it myself.
Okay. All right. So a couple of things. You have the bathroom in your master bedroom, which is on the other side. But you go to the bathroom where you could look out because you really wanted to see if Karen was out there.
I did kind of want to see that.
I mean, I'm surprised you just didn't pull up a lawn chair and sit in your front yard and wait for them to walk by because they are daily walkers.
You know, I should just put the Speedo on, sit there in the lawn chair, and have the sprinkler come, just sprinkle on me. And while they're walking by and just laugh at them. If I didn't have to work, I'd have a cold, an ice chest full of Flight out there and just make it a day.
You really only, you come to work at 12:30.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you make this sound like I didn't have to go to work. I can't
get drunk in the morning and have a hangover by the time I get here. Oh, I guess I could.
There are people that think we drink during the show anyway.
Well,
there's people that think there's a cooler right below us right now.
There actually is.
There is.
There actually is, Minix, so we can't hide from the people.
But this one is not full of beer yet. We've got a beautiful Flight by Yuengling Kanga cooler. Somebody today is going to win this Flight by Yuengling Kanga cooler because we've been telling you, our golf tournament coming up September 29th at Olympia Hills will sell out. It always sells out. We are down to 3 singles. 3 singles. So if you've got a foursome, well, lose that D player.
Yeah, you're out of luck.
If you're worried that you won't have anybody to play with, you're going to find somebody to play with. So we've got 3 singles. So what we're going to do today, if you get signed up between now and the end of the show, 6 o'clock, you could win this Kanga cooler. And I say could Because if all three get sold today, which I expect it will, then we're just going to draw, because we only have one cooler, we're going to draw of the three. So you got a 1 in 3 chance of winning the King of Cooler. If you get registered, Pledge will put your name in the name generator thing. We'll spin the wheel and pick a winner.
Now, this is pretty cool. I would say you could put a 12-pack in there.
You put a 12-pack in there.
Put a 12-pack in there. So it's good. It's handy. It's great for golf. I mean, if you're going out to the golf course, man, this Kanga cooler is perfect for that.
Great for the beach.
Yeah, the beach, too.
Great if you're going over to your buddies for a barbecue and you're bringing your own beer.
Or if you're outside in your man cave and you need, you don't want to go inside every time to get a beer. You just fill that thing up. So
it's amazing to me how popular these Kanga coolers are. And did I mention it's free?
Yes.
So go to sasportstar.com, get signed up, because there's 3 spots left. You have no more time to think about it. None. If you're not signed up, and I'm gonna guess before 6 o'clock, those 3 spots are gonna be sold out. I'm gonna be disappointed if they're not.
Well, they should be. I mean, look, the golf tournament's a blast. People know that. That's why it's sold out. I just talked to Nick Trey, our promotions guy, and he said he thinks this is the quickest that this golf tournament has ever sold out. Now, I don't know that because I've only been a part of it for 3 years, but
generally we sell out about a week and a half, 2 weeks out.
Okay, all right.
So it's the 10th.
3 weeks out?
About 3 weeks out.
Okay.
I know when the week started and I knew what we were down to, I guessed by Friday we'd be completely sold out. The fact that we could do that by hump day is impressive.
Hump day.
There we go.
You just celebrate on a hump day. Get in the tournament because I tell you what, this tournament, and I've been to a ton of charity golf tournaments, as have you, Minix, but this one's just fun. I mean, the whole day is just fun, and that's why it sells out because people that have been there before know. So if you've never been there before and you're single, get in today and come have some fun with us on September 28th?
29th.
29th. Well, you can go out there on the 28th and practice.
Camp out. It is brought to you by the lofts of Jesse Hernandez, our friends from Flight by Yingling, PPL Motorhomes, and so many others. You're going to be fed. You won't be thirsty, I can promise you that. The scenery out there is incredible.
Shiny.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, there is. Yes, and you'll have fun. And they're all very friendly.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And then the after party over at the Break Room Bar is always a great time out there. So, it's fantastic.
It is. So sign up, and we're giving you a bonus to sign up. So nobody else got that. So somebody's going to get a bonus for signing up late. So it's all good. Those Kanga coolers.
They're great.
One. I got one.
I've got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going over the Flight by Yingling.
Beer Santa's pretty good to us.
Well, I mean, he's better to you apparently, because I've got a Kanga cooler. You said you have.
I've got 2 of them.
And you also have a big old fancy Flight.
I do.
Cooler.
I sure do. And I love that thing. Take it, if you're going somewhere for the weekend or whatever the case may be. It's perfect. Yeah. It's great.
Like this weekend, you're in a golf tournament.
Well, yeah,
you're going to have it. You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so I'll take it up there. It'll be full of Flight and other things.
Yeah.
And so it's it's fantastic. I don't know why you miss out. Maybe, Beer Santa just likes me better than you. I don't know.
No, it's just,
I'm pretty proud of it. You come over and see my stash if you want.
That's all right.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't need to see your stash.
My stash.
That was an odd choice
by Yingling
of words.
Stuff.
You know what typically happens? We're at events and I'm a little bit more generous. Something that might be meant for me, if somebody's like, "Man, I really want," just take it.
Yeah, it may have been. It was
that was probably meant for somebody else in. You 5-finger discounted it, or whatever the term is.
I snagged it.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. It's probably meant for some listener somewhere.
It might have been.
Might have been.
Yeah, so sorry. I'm enjoying it. So if that gives you any pleasure, then there you go. I'm really enjoying that cooler.
Yep.
And the Kanga coolers, too. Use them quite often, as a matter of fact. So I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this weekend for me and the wife and some friends, but
You're missing out, huh?
Yeah, I might be.
You know,
Yes.
I might have to use my King of Cooler this weekend going up to the Cowboys game. But I think there's a fridge on the transportation mode that we're taking to the game.
Yeah, I think so. And this just came up yesterday, and I already had some plans and that I can't get out of. But anyway, you're going to tell us all about it, I'm sure, on Monday.
Maybe.
Yeah, you'll tell us all about it. I know you will.
What do you mean?
Well, you'll tell us about it.
That I'm going on a private jet to the Cowboys game?
Yes, exactly.
You were invited? But
I was.
Can't go?
Can't go. But, I mean.
I wouldn't brag like that.
I may be. Oh, man. No, it's going to be fun.
Pay attention to the story on Sunday morning.
Let me just tell you this. Now, you're going to have fun either way.
Oh, yeah.
But if I recall correctly, you went to the New Orleans game last year in week 2.
I did.
And the Cowboys got smoked.
This is true.
If they get smoked again this Sunday, I'm thinking it might be you.
It's easy for you to go that route, but you realize I've gone to a lot of games. I've seen them get smoked, and I've seen them win a lot of games. I mean, keep in mind, they did have 3 straight 12-win seasons. I saw a lot of wins that I was there for. And I've seen some bad games there too. So no, I don't think it's me. The one guy that's been at all of them is Jerry Jones. Yeah.
So we're blaming Jerry.
Well, I mean, if you're going to play that game,
we always blame Jerry.
If you're going to play that game, I've probably seen more wins than losses.
We always blame Jerry. So why not Jerry? It's. Poor Jerry, that poor guy.
Yep.
We're going to talk a lot of Cowboys because Brian Schottenheimer was on the podium, and the Cowboys bringing in some help, perhaps. I have not seen a signing of that, but they did have a player at practice today. We're talking about all of that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
As we get ready for this weekend of football, you want to watch the games and you want to win money, best place to go do that is at Underdog, where you can make your picks and win money all season long. And, of course, you can play here in Texas. Love playing the pick'em game because you're just choosing higher or lower on player stats, rushing yards, receiving yards, interceptions, touchdowns, that sort of thing. I'm already been looking at the Thursday night numbers and trying to figure out, like for Jaden Daniels or that rookie running back for Washington, which way am I going to go? Well, Micah Parsons got a sack. He's at right now, his number is at half a sack against Jaden Daniels. Interesting. Haven't made a decision yet, but I will before Thursday because I love playing about every game that I can on the Pick'em game. You want to play because millions of fans have already won billions of dollars. What you need to do is download the Underdog app. Use my promo code STAR when you get signed up to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR on Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys take on the New York Giants at home. Pregame at 11.
I like this kind of party. Woo!
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
You like that? How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, we get football back. Commanders, Packers.
Yeah, a couple of great quarterbacks, great young quarterbacks in Jaden and Jordan Love. And we got college football to talk. Let's face it, it's Small Friday. It's a football Small Friday. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Let's get wild.
On a Wednesday in San Antonio. Thanks for stopping by the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe, he's Jason, and Cowboys looking for reinforcements, Minix, it appears.
Well, it's interesting when you see the first report from Jacina Anderson that Jadeveon Clowney is in for a workout. A lot of things can start to run through your mind because Clowney never lived up to the expectations of where he was drafted for the Houston Texans. But he has been more than serviceable during his NFL career. And again, is it a panic move or is it insurance policy? And it could be, quite frankly, a combination of both. What I find interesting, according to John Owning, his 14.9% pass rush win rate in 2024 would have been the third best on the Cowboys roster last year, behind Parsons and Odigizua. I mean, he's still playing at that level. Brian Schottenheimer knows him well. They overlapped in Seattle some. Talked about the reason for bringing in Clowney.
Well, go back to Seattle days. I was with him there. Guy's, really good football player. He's
He's missed playing the game a little bit, and the film obviously looks good. And, we're always in the business of, seeing what's out there and keeping an eye on all good football players. But I would say that the personal relationship I have with him, the problems I know he can create both in the run and the pass is the main reason he's here.
Look, when I first saw this, Jason, you mentioned panic move. I thought that was what it was. The Cowboys didn't feel like they got enough of a pass rush on Jalen Hurts in week 1, but so I think they got to bring somebody in. They're panicking. I just think they have some young guys there that need some reps. Now, Jadeveon Clowney coming in, could he be a Chris Paul to some of those young guys and maybe help them out and teach them how to do it and be an insurance policy as well?
Well, it's interesting because he's certainly a good run defender and his pass rush. And because he can do both, as Shotty said, that's a reason to take a look here.
No, this is something that, again, we've just been monitoring. We'll do it with every position. Again, I feel great about our defensive line depth. But, anytime you have a chance to potentially add good football players, why wouldn't you kick the tires?
Hey, why not? Why not do that? And if Clowney he had a good year last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can come in and do something like that this year, then why not? But again, if you bring in a Clowney, you have to believe, I would think, that he's going to take somebody's spot, whether that's Sam Williams or Ezeraku or Marshawn Nealon.
I don't know if it's any of those three, to be honest, and quite frankly, and Shotty said as much today, bringing in a veteran would not stunt the growth of some of those young players. They'd be very mindful of that. If I'm on that position group, if I'm in that meeting room and I'm thinking we're going to add somebody else in here who's going to lose a seat, I'm looking at Mozzie Smith.
Well, he already did.
Well, I mean, he's still there, but somebody, if they bring in a Clowney, somebody's got to go, like off the roster, go. And, Mozzie Smith not active in game 1. Will he be active in game 2? There's one of those guys that would be the odd man out. And as Schottenheimer said, kicking the tires. The other thing that I do like about the idea of a Jadeveon Clowney, now granted, he is somebody that a lot of teams, including the Cowboys and Cowboy fans, talked about in the offseason. When you looked at best available free agents, why aren't we bringing this guy in? He's probably expensive. So I'm fine with them kicking the tires. I'm fine with them adding him. I just can't wait to see what the dollar amount is, because at some point there will be injuries. And if you've already got a Clowney on your roster, that would certainly help if you're dealing with injuries. He's an insurance policy. Cowboys have a ton of cap room. What do they have? The second most cap room in the NFL right now. So in a lot of ways, they probably could overpay for Jadeveon Clowney, although that would be very unlike the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, and I would hope not. I would hope that if they're bringing this guy in, nobody's picked him up. I would hope they're going to get him for cheap. I wouldn't overpay for this guy. He's 32 years old. Is he the missing piece to a Super Bowl puzzle? I wouldn't do that. I think the price would have to be very low. He was at practice today, but there has still been no word or announcement of a signing. Did they let him get out of the Star today? If they do, I don't think they end up signing him.
Just evaluate, he's still got a few more things to do with us, and then we'll circle up, probably after practice and just kind of see where we're at. And, he's a free agent, so he has choices as well, and we'll just kind of have a meeting in the minds and see if it makes sense for us.
Does he have choices?
Well, I mean, probably. I mean, there's a lot of schools of thought when it comes to the position that Clowney is in at this point. One, does he want to go through training camp, vet move? Two, where does he can pick and choose, because he is a free agent, where he wants to go. Is he chasing a ring? Is he chasing playing time? What is the best situation, the best fit for Jadeveon Clowney? And the other part of it is how much money. Like I said, he could sit out, wait for an injury, and he becomes a little bit more expensive because he would have a little bit more leverage because somebody definitely would need him. Or does he just want to be on the roster? Does he just want to be on a team? And is there or will there be a bidding process for him if he sits out a little bit longer, waits, And when somebody's dealing with an injury and they definitely need somebody, does he then sign there and maybe could command a little bit more money just because the team is desperate?
Well, and that's probably what he'll ask Jerry. You know, what's the offer? And how negotiable are you in this? And if it doesn't meet his needs or he thinks he can get more somewhere else, then he probably leaves. I just hope Jerry doesn't overpay for this guy because, look, maybe he helps, maybe he doesn't. I mean, he's been a bust at a lot of places and had a good year last year. So I certainly hope the Cowboys don't overpay for this guy. If you can get him on the cheap, great. Then he comes in and he's all of the things that we've talked about. But if you got to overpay for this guy, I just don't think he's worth it. I just don't.
Well, I mean, he was making $10 million a year in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in Baltimore in 2023, he played for $2.5 million. I don't see the Cowboys paying 10, 2 or 3, 5.
I'm okay with that.
Right?
I wouldn't pay more than 5.
I wouldn't pay more than 5, and I say 5, which I don't know that I'd want to pay that either. But Clowney's not dumb. Everybody knows they've got that kind of money to spend because of the cap room. And so it's not like, especially if it's a one-year deal, it doesn't affect the Cowboys at all right now. Like $5 million, all right, cool. You might be able to go from there, but it also depends on how much do the Cowboys want him in the room. The fact that they're bringing him in, watch him practice, he's a veteran player. He's the kind of guy that the Cowboys love to have. You know, a former high draft pick, hadn't worked out. Will it work out here on a little bit of a cheap? It's an insurance policy. It's almost like having a high-priced backup quarterback. You know, Cowboys tried that before too. So maybe, I mean, I know Pledge, they could roll over some of that cap space, but I don't think you can roll it all over. At some point, they've got to use some of that, or it just doesn't get used. It's like a timeout in the first half. You take it to the locker room, you don't get to use it in the second half. So that could help Jadeveon Clowney get closer to the salary that he's looking for. And if he was asking for $10 million in July, it makes sense that he would be on the beach in September. How much is he willing to come down for that?
Well, that's going to be the $1 million question or $5 million question or whatever it is. But he's there at the Star. There's been photos of him from the reporters that are there in the open period of practice, him watching the Cowboys practice today. So I'm sure there's conversations going on. If Jerry's not talking to his agent, Steven is, or somebody is, and they're trying to figure this thing out. If you're Jadeveon Clowney, I mean, I look at this Cowboys team, and I'm not sure they're a Super Bowl team, but if you think you can help push them that way, I think they'll certainly be successful enough where it'll be a decent season, and it's not a bad place to end up. And you look at some of the other teams that are Super Bowl favorites, unless there's an injury, they're all in pretty good shape.
Well, and again, all of that makes sense. Again, for Clowney, he knows the Cowboys aren't going to the Super Bowl.
Dude, he went to Carolina because they paid him $10 million.
Exactly.
And nobody else is going to pay him $10 million.
Well, he cashed in last year.
Right.
Can he come to Texas and cash in? I mean, just looking at the photos of him, dude looks to be in great shape. If you're not sure which one Jadeveon Clowney is, when you see the photos, he's the one that's in shape, not the other guy. But again, to me, it would be a solid insurance policy if they signed him. If they end up not signing him, nobody's going to lose sleep and feel like you let one get away.
No,
this is not. I can't believe you didn't even pick up the phone and kick the tires on Derrick Henry. This isn't that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's not.
But if there's injuries, a Jadeveon Clowney is proven versus what we can go get off the couch. He's one of the best free agents still available.
I honestly don't see the urgency to sign a guy like that. I mean, a defensive end, you're still deep. You've got, and they're young players. I just don't see the urgency to go out and sign a guy. He's available, so you kick the tires on him. I get that. But I'm not sure what the urgency is for the Cowboys in that department. And that's why I thought with what happened in Philadelphia on Thursday night last, They didn't get a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts, at least in the first half. Second half, the adjustments were good. So a little bit of a panic move, perhaps, if they do this. That's why I don't think they'll overpay for this guy.
Well, I mean, now granted, when you look at the game day active roster and what they have, keep in mind Winfrey made the team and then got hurt and went on the PUP.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's either some concern with their depth that we're not aware of, or maybe Winfrey's a little bit more banged up than everybody is thinking, and they know that this isn't a 4-week injury. This could be a little bit longer. And quite frankly, would you rather have a Winfrey or a Jadeveon Clowney?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Winfrey obviously did enough to make the team. He's a young guy. If you bring in Clowney, it's got to be a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
It can't be a long term, so it's just to help out this year.
And they know Winfrey's young. He's defensive tackle, but in that same room could roll in. Like I said, kicking the tires. If he signs, great. If he doesn't sign, cool.
Absolutely.
Right?
No, absolutely.
As Stephen Jones says, and he'll probably use this line tomorrow when he joins us on the Blitz at 4:30, talent acquisition is 24/7, 365. They're always looking. Any way to improve the roster and other ways of cliched crap you can say, we'll hear from Stephen Jones on the Blitz tomorrow at 4:30.
And we'll know, I would assume by then, whether they're going to sign Clowney or not.
Yeah.
Or whether he's going to move on. So that will determine a lot of those questions. But Jadeveon Clowney is at the Star. He is watching practice, and the Cowboys are talking to him. And Shotty told us they're going to get together after practice, and maybe that's when they talk, and we'll hear something when we move on and do that. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and all the team owners, including Steve Ballmer from the Clippers, were at the annual governors meeting, or whatever it is they call that thing, that they get together and talk about how successful they are and where they're moving forward. But obviously a lot of the questions were about the Clippers and one number 2. Sounded funny. One number 2? Yeah. He is the number 2. We're talking about it. We'll hear from Adam Silver when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. When you look at your house, if you're like me, you look at your house and you say, man, some nice new windows over there would look great. Or, the front door is getting a little, a new front door would just dress up the house completely. Well, look, I got a company that you need to check out. They're called Windows and Door Renovations. The beauty of this company is they offer all the name brands, for example, Anderson Windows. But what they do is they don't explode the price. All right, they keep the prices down. That's why you got to check them out. That's why you got to compare with Windows and Door Renovations. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner, either way, call Windows and Door Renovations at 210-284-7888. They offer a wide variety of designs, styles, and materials. You can save more with window technology that helps maintain your home's temperature, and naturally that makes your AC work less. Your electricity bill goes down. Now, they are a proudly veteran-owned company. They're committed to supporting our military community right here in San Antonio and South Texas. For more info, and you need to check them out. If you've already got a price from somebody else, just check them out. Windows and Door Renovations. You can get them on Facebook. Just look for that, Windows and Door Renovations, or give them a call. You can do it right now, 210-284-7888.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Who was the last guy that you're like, oh my God, I really don't want to let this guy go?
Man, I tell you what, that's a tough question. I'm going to pivot on you like most great minds do.
Well done.
It wasn't the toughest cut, but the coolest one for me was bringing Perion Winfrey in, thinking he was going to get cut, and then telling him that he made the roster.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed. which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at tmobile.com.
The UTSA football program turns 15 years old. Join us for our 15th season celebration as the Roadrunners play host to UIW in the Hometown Showdown this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. at the Alamo Dome. Log on to goutsa.com/tickets or call the UTSA ticket office at 210-458-8872 to purchase your tickets today. It's the Roadrunners hosting the Cardinals this Saturday in the Dome. Be there, because when we win, San Antonio wins.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Wait, what hairbrush is that?
It's my Tangle Teaser. Total game changer.
Okay, but your hair always looks good. Mine breaks every time I brush it.
Yeah, that was me before this thing. It has this wild two-tiered teeth thing going on. It detangles without yanking.
No tugging, even wet?
Especially wet. I use it straight out of the shower. No knots, no drama, and bonus, it actually feels good.
That's honestly impressive. I just thought all brushes were the same.
They're not. This one was made with hair health in mind. Any type. Fine, curly, coily, it's kind of obsessed with being gentle.
Well, now I'm obsessed. Where did you get it?
Amazon, here. See? And if you use promo code TANGLE10OFF, you'll save 10%.
Okay, sold.
Told you. Bad hair days don't stand a chance.
Tangle Teaser. Detangling without the drama. Say bye-bye to bad hair days. Find Tangle Teaser on Amazon.com and use promo code TANGLE10OFF to save 10%. That's Tangle Teaser on Amazon.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
Nigel, why are you wearing a backpack?
I'm going back to school.
Folks, when your AC decides to flunk out or your home's plumbing is stuck in detention, you don't have to worry. At Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating, our technicians are certified with all the latest technology and can fix any plumbing or AC issue fast and at a fair price because you deserve the A+ service.
Gotta go, Joel. We're studying paper mache. I might have to pull an all-nighter.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportsstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportsstar.com.
You just hear Big Voice Guy talking about the Pro Football Pick'em at sasportsstar.com.
After week one, Ryan Eagles in first place.
Take a look at that, if you would. Just go up there and see who's on top of the leaderboard.
You know, it's like the Bears, their opening drive championship banner. I
actually held on to the lead, though.
Well, I mean, but for week 1, you held on to the lead.
Well, I'm going to
Will
brag.
you after week 2?
I'm going to
week
brag
6?
until
You want a week 1 champion banner?
Yes, as a matter of fact. If the Lakers can get a championship banner for the bubble, I ought to get a championship banner for week 1.
Good Lord. They completed the journey in the bubble. You completed week 1. If you want to knock off Reinagel, and I think we all do now, go to sasportstar.com and get your picks in for the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. Weekly winners get the gift card to Mellow Mushroom at the end of the year. The local grand prize winner, $1,000 worth of tickets to Awesome Tickets. Go to anything you want to go to. It's awesome.
Luckily for you guys, I'm not eligible for the Mellow Mushroom. I'd probably win them all.
Mm-hmm. Please. You're so comical. But, dude, man, I mean, break your arm, patting yourself on the back. You've earned that right.
I'm going to brag today, tomorrow, Friday. I'll probably brag to somebody Saturday and Sunday, too.
Not probably.
No, I will.
No, exactly. That's what not probably means.
So we'll see what happens come this weekend. But
now, the Clippers aren't bragging right now. They're trying to figure some things out. You know, the NBA owners had their meeting today. Adam Silver obviously talking about what's going on with the Clippers. And pretty straightforward was the commissioner on the allegations about Kawhi and Ballmer, and are they circumventing the salary cap? And he's like the rest of us. He didn't know what this company was either. Never heard of them.
Well, when the podcast came out, it was news to me. I'd frankly never heard of the company Aspiration before, and I'd never heard a whiff of anything around an endorsement deal with Kawhi or anything around engagement with the Los Angeles Clippers. So it was all new to me. I heard it. I saw some of the follow-up information. We spoke internally. Rick Buchanan, our general counsel, is here, who oversees any investigations. Rick had a conversation with Steve Ballmer, and we quickly concluded this was something that rose to the level that necessitates an investigation. In fact, one that's done outside of our office. And Wachtell Lipton, New York law firm that we've used in the past for for investigations like this, is overseeing it. And again, I would also say I've been around the league long enough in different permutations of allegations and accusations that I'm a big believer in due process and fairness, and you need to now let the investigation run its course.
Just as a follow-up, how broad do your powers extend as far as the collective bargaining agreement, as far as penalties you can assess to the Clippers, to Kawhi Leonard?
My powers are very broad, a full range of financial penalties, draft picks, suspensions, etc. I have very broad powers in these situations.
Because he basically said, I'm the man. I can do what I want. Are you kidding? I'm the commissioner of the NBA. What was important in that soundbite, though, Jason, said after a conversation with Steve Ballmer, it rose to the level of an investigation. So I don't know what that conversation entailed or what information they got out of that, but it certainly wasn't something that's, there's nothing to it. There was something to it, and they started an investigation.
And I really do hope from Ballmer's standpoint that it's at that level because he was honest and with what he had already found out. And again, part of me still am believing in Steve Ballmer that he was unaware, and he's trying to protect his franchise. This law firm that Adam Silver and the league have brought in to do this investigation investigated Donald Sterling, and that's why Sterling had to sell the team to Ballmer. This is the same law firm that investigated Robert Sarver, who ultimately had to sell his basketball team. Steve Ballmer does not want to sell his basketball team. And while Adam Silver sounded like a lawyer talking about due process and whatnot, this ain't a court of law. You don't have to find a jury of 12 and go beyond reasonable doubt.
Number one, the burden is on the league. If we're going to discipline a team, an owner, a player, or any of the constituent members of the league, I think as with any process that requires a fundamental sense of fairness, the burden should be on the party that is, in essence, bringing those charges. And then in terms of your specific question, about circumstantial evidence. I was only quasi-joking with someone earlier that, when people talk about a smoking gun, that's obviously circumstantial. It means the gun is still smoking. It must have recently fired. I'd say in the case of the league, we and our investigators look at the totality of the evidence. So I think whether mere appearance, like just by the way those words read, I think as a matter of fundamental fairness, I would be reluctant to act if there was sort of a mere appearance of impropriety. I think that the goal of a full investigation is to find out if there really was impropriety, because also in a public-facing sport, again, the public at times reaches conclusions that later turn out to be completely false. And so I would want anybody else in situation Mr. Ballmer is in now, or Kawhi Leonard for that matter, to be treated the same way I would want to be treated if people were making allegations against me. So the answer is, we're not a court of law at the end of the day either, that we have broad authority to look at all information and to weigh it accordingly.
This is going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see what this investigation turns up. But, I applaud Adam Silver today for answering the questions as honestly as he can, because he has nothing to do with the investigation, doesn't know what's going on or what they've got or how far they've gotten, I would assume. But he was as open as he could be and told us what was going on.
The fact that there's been a couple of stories out that all really indict Uncle Dennis, quite frankly, about asking for more, whether it's all the weird stuff in Toronto, the Lakers and Jeannie Buss. And I got to believe Uncle Dennis isn't the first family member or agent or player to ask for a little bit more and to do nothing for it. And that's, I think, the biggest part of this. One, I don't know what most endorsement deals are, but I'm assuming they're not $50 million or
I would assume
or
that,
give
yeah.
or take.
It's a good assumption.
And I'll just use an example. And I don't know that this happened. I'm just throwing out an example. If the Spurs, because the agent's like, well, I mean, I know it's this, but, in his other place in free agency, he was, doing a couple of different endorsement deals, probably making another $400,000 or $500,000. Can you connect us with some of your local businesses, your local sponsors, and we could work out those deals? Sure. Here's who you need to talk to. Here's HEB's number. Here's the bank's number. Here's a car dealership's number. And you guys go work it out. And they sign endorsement deals, and you see him on commercials, and you see him making appearances, and he's earning that money. I don't think there's a problem with that. In fact, that probably happens all the time. Mm-hmm. And I think that's legal, right, is what it sounds like. What it sounds like from Uncle Dennis with some of the stuff that I've read, and I'm sure you guys have read, hey, can we get this, and can we get that? Can we get ownership in this without putting any money in? And, yeah, these endorsements, we don't want to do any work for it. He won't do a commercial, and he won't make a social media post. We just want the money. That seems a little wrong.
It does seem wrong, especially when you're talking about $50 million. And this is not the first time. Reports have surfaced. We hear about Uncle Dennis asking for something in Toronto. I mean, who knows? It hasn't come out. Maybe he asked for something a little extra here in San Antonio, and that never happened. So, and again, if it's Uncle Dennis, it's Uncle Dennis. But Kawhi Leonard continues to associate himself with this guy. And so then that makes Kawhi Leonard just as guilty, whether he knew about it or not. The fact that you still have this guy and you allow him to hang on, then that's your fault because you know he's a cancer and you know he's trouble. Get rid of him.
Well, I agree with what you're saying, but that's also Uncle Dennis. That's family. And that's the guy that he's trusted. Now, there's a lot of former players that trusted people and got burned by those that they trusted. And some have gone to court, some we've heard about haven't gone to court, whatever. But until you break that trust, but I do think it is harder when you're talking about family members and who do you believe in and who do you trust? Because I can't imagine being that young. Here's all this money, all these people giving you advice, all telling them they are the right one to advise you. That's why choosing your agent and your representatives when you're a young player is so important. And you get family members that aren't used to also handling that kind of money and all the things that come with being basically a CEO of a major corporation. When you look at the dollars and the way they could do their money, you've got to find somebody you truly can trust, and that's difficult to do. So for Kawhi, he's got his trust in Uncle Dennis. We can all look at him and think he's a bad guy, but how does Kawhi look at him? And that's where you go back to relationships. So I could see why Kawhi wouldn't want to sever ties with his uncle if that's, you think about his upbringing, what happened to his dad and everything there. He believes in his uncle. Whether he should or not, we all can have an opinion on that, but at some point the lights got to go off for Kawhi Leonard on who he's associating with to do his business.
Well, I mean, when his career goes in the tank, if this is proven true because of Uncle Dennis, then we'll see how loyal he is to him.
I mean, now to a degree, if you're Uncle Dennis, Kawhi, I've gotten you 50, 100, who knows how many millions of dollars for not doing anything. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, as we're sitting in a jail cell, maybe we can talk while we're playing a harmonica, in the jail cell.
That's not what a harmonica sounds like, sir.
Whatever. I mean, come on. There's no excuse for this. There's just not. And Kawhi knows if he's gotten all this extra money, I mean, it didn't just appear magically. Some, fairy, popped it into his bank account. Oh, look at me. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Don't still be stealing my Lucky Charms.
You're a dumb butt.
Now, that all said, right? And you know this. He might be completely unaware. We all know stories of athletes, and not just athletes, musicians, actors, that have no idea how much money they actually have. When they need something, they call their guy, and it gets transferred into their account. Somebody else takes care of all their bills. Somebody does all of that for them. They just know if they need cash, they call somebody, it's there. When they need flights booked, they call somebody, and the tickets show up on their phone. They don't do anything for themselves. It is possible, and again, I can't believe I'm defending this guy. It is possible that Kawhi Leonard is clueless on all of this, and maybe even to the degree of how much money he actually owns.
Well, it's possible that Kawhi is clueless. I'll agree with you there. Yeah. Absolutely. That is definitely possible. Look, again, Kawhi is going to be implicated in this, just like Steve Ballmer is. If this comes to light that there was some impropriety, it doesn't matter whether Ballmer knew about it or not. It's his company.
Yep.
And you're the head of that company, and you're going to be taken down. Same with Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion. Uncle Dennis is employed by you, apparently, or he's associated with you. So guess what?
Employed by.
Yes. So you're the head of that company. You're going to go down too.
But at the same time, would it be Uncle Dennis and his harmonica going to jail and not Kawhi? Just kind of like Shohei's interpreter, right? I mean,
exactly.
for a small fee, he'll do the time. For Ballmer, I think by what it sounded like from Adam Silver today, Ballmer was honest, and they went, oh, crap. And now we've got this full investigation. Ballmer doing interviews almost right away, which he was prepped well for those from attorneys and PR people.
Sure.
Ballmer knows he's going to face some punishment. He's trying to lessen the punishment to his team. Don't take the team from me. Picks, fines, whatever. But basically, Ballmer is lessening the personal blow to him and his organization.
But yeah, sure.
It's almost like the college team that self-reports.
Look, it's going to have to take a lot, I think, and be extremely egregious to take the team away from Ballmer. But
this is extremely egregious.
Well, if it's proven true.
Yes.
And again, this law firm has already taken down 2 owners. So
well, that's it.
What's to say they won't take down a third?
It almost feels like trying to circumvent the salary cap at this level is on the same lines as, or maybe even more so, damaging individually than gambling on your team. And we know what they do to those that are caught gambling right now, because it's just like that one rule. All these billionaire owners could figure out ways to circumvent the salary cap. They don't do it because the penalty has to be that harsh.
It has to
be. Should be.
It has to be. And if this is proven, then Adam Silver needs to have some stones and come out and throw the hammer down. I mean, he's got to. Now, look, Adam Silver seems like a nice guy. He's obviously a very intelligent guy, but he doesn't look like the toughest guy in the world.
I mean, he took down Sterling and he took down Sarver.
Sterling was pretty easy, and so was Sarver. This might be a little more difficult.
Again, though, I mean, to force the sale of a franchise, those are big ones.
They're huge.
They're big ones. Even if you say they're easy. I mean, that's lawyers and lawyers and lawyers and lawyers and lawyers and lawyers.
Yeah, and those two guys had lawyers too, fighting for them because they had the money to do it. I see where you're going. Look. I shouldn't let my bias get in the way when it comes to number 2, but I do, and it just seems incredibly sleazy. All of this. It just does, and so we'll see. We'll see where the investigation goes. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe it's, as Silver said, just appearance of improprieties is not enough to do it. There's got to be some evidence there. So we'll see.
I don't know why they hire a law firm, man. Just hire Pablo Torre. I'm sure he's cheaper than a law firm.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I don't know. That law firm is 2-0, so. Trying to go 3-0.
What do you figure? They're $2,000 a billable hour.
Oh my gosh!
If not more,
it's an enormous amount of money. I am sure that investigation might drag on a little bit. Well, Mr. Silver, we need to go a couple more weeks. We just, we're not quite there yet.
$78 for that paperclip. Lots and lots of pages, copies.
Exactly.
$4 a pop.
Oh my gosh! We've been talking about this, Jason, about a woman scorned and how vicious they can be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tony Romo found that out today with his old beau, Jessica Simpson. We'll hear from old Jessica when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Presented by Just Punts. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
What would you do if you had a little bit more money to do it?
I'd go to law school.
I'd open a bakery.
I'd travel to visit my grandparents I haven't seen in 10 years.
We all have things we want to do in life, and there are people who want to help you do them. So how do we best ask for that help? GoFundMe. GoFundMe is the #1 fundraising platform. 200 million people have used GoFundMe to support people doing things like furthering their education, starting a small business, or bringing people together in support of a cause. No matter what your goals are, GoFundMe helps you take an important step toward them. GoFundMe is free to set up and manage, easy to use, and designed to help you reach your goals.
The community was so supportive in helping me finally open my bakery. Now, every day I wake up and get to do what I love.
And it all started with GoFundMe.
What would you do if you had the money to do it? Get started today with GoFundMe. Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe with actors voicing experiences inspired by our users.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
In the 80s, everyone was breaking. Break dancing, that is. Lots of moves, spins, flashy colors, and a whole lot of cardboard. Breaking in the 80s was good, but breaking now, not so good. That's why Dave Ramsey recommends Kinetico water softeners in San Antonio and the Hill Country. Seems like many brands of water softeners these days have flashy lights, sounds, and moving parts. Bad news, all those parts are more likely to break and break and break again. With Kinetico water softeners, there are fewer moving parts, and a Kinetico only runs on kinetic energy and is up to 80% more efficient than other competing models. A Kinetico was built to work, not break. That's why a Kinetico is backed by an outstanding 10-year warranty, and right now receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with a trade-in of any water softener, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. With a Kinetico, you'll have water soft as parachute pants on the dance floor.
KineticoSA.com.
License number 38961.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's, with 8 convenient locations. Orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
We've got some afternoon baseball going up in Arlington. They just went to the bottom half of the 5th. The Texas Rangers leading the Milwaukee Brewers 3-2. Dallas Cowboys brought in former Houston Texans #1 overall pick Jadeveon Clowney for a visit today. Clowney, the top selection of the 2014 draft, is 32 years old, entering his 12th season. He spent last year with the Carolina Panthers. 5.5 sacks, 11 quarterback hits.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylow.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Been away on this hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great one out there, whatever you may be doing. Thanks for taking some time to stop by and chat with us for a little bit here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And you can chat with us the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You can also get us on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can comment there. Tweet at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix.
Easy to do, easy to do. And plus, there's a lot of good folks in there and a lot of good conversations on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. But however you may be listening, thank you very much for doing that, and we appreciate it. But a lot of ways to comment and make your voice be heard on this radio program. Always.
Yeah, always. We got some stuff to give away before 6. Toadies, the Aztec Theater.
Yeah. UTSA, UIW, tickets to give away. And we have 3 spots left in our golf tournament. That's it, just 3.
Well, I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
we haven't gotten an update yet,
yeah,
have we?
I mean, we started the show with 3 spots left. You got to sign up as an individual because all the foursomes are sold out. So you want to be in our golf tournament, 3 spots left. That's it that we know of. It might be down to 2, might be down to 1. It might be so. I don't know. They haven't updated us, so let's assume still 3.
We'll assume that.
You want to play, get to sasportstar.com and sign up as an individual. If you got friends, sign them up as individuals because we got 3. And if you do it today, you could win yourself a Flight by Yingling Kanga cooler. We've got 1 cooler, so if all 3 spots get filled up today, then we'll pick a winner of the 3. If you're the only one that signs up today, well, you get a cooler.
Very cool.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
On our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, Jonathan Rodriguez says he's a new subscriber.
Appreciate
that, Jonathan. Way to go.
Absolutely.
And I know everybody else on there because Alexandra, quite frankly, holds everybody to account, whether to smash that thumbs up button or subscribe. So she's kind of the
chat room mom?
The security guard of our chat room.
She's the chat mom.
Yeah, the chat. That's it, the chat mom.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Got a lot of rich people stories today.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, this one really, really grinds my gears.
It grinds your gears?
It does. Or I could just say it pisses me off. It really does.
Dude, if you have a mechanic shop and want to sponsor Grind My Gears with Joe Reinagel,
get off my lawn. That's right.
Let us know, because that could easily be a daily segment.
Easily. Because there is something every day.
You don't like cocky kids, huh?
And I don't like spoiled kids, okay? Spoiled rotten to the core is what this kid is. I mean, that's just, and you talk about an entitled little brat. It's exactly what this dude, a North Dakota State University football player, was recently kicked off the team. Not for, I don't know, missing curfew or missing a few tackles. Stealing about $270,000 worth of stuff off a boat.
So he goes to a boat party, and he's 20, and he took a designer bag that had a lot of stuff in it, including a $228,000 Rolex.
Which is unbelievable. What the hell does that thing tell time for you? Or is it like, I don't know.
$25,000 worth of limited edition clothing, amongst other stuff.
Jeez.
And it's kind of weird, although this guy, when they discovered the bag was missing on the boat, so it must have been a hell of a boat party, right? And,
sure.
You know, let's call it what it is, probably what we would all define as a yacht. And, you know, there's an area where everybody's got all their stuff, and he just saw the bag, and he liked it. So when they were trying to figure out where the boat went, he was accused, he just simply said, hey, don't worry about it. My parents will write a check for whatever it would have been, whatever it would have cost.
What an entitled little brat.
My parents will just write a check.
My parents will write a check. Sure. And I'm sure, obviously, his family's probably wealthy.
You think?
I've been spoiling this kid his whole life. And so he thinks, well, hey, Daddy, write a check. I messed up again. Dad, I want to spank him on his hiney.
You do, huh?
Yeah, a lot. Just bam.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Hulk Hogan's kids ever said something along those lines. My dad would just write a check.
I don't think so.
How much? Well, I mean, now, how much money do you think Hulk Hogan was worth?
You know, I would think
hundreds of millions.
Well, I don't know about hundreds of millions, but I would think he was doing okay. I mean, he was the face of the WWE for a long time.
I mean, hundreds of millions is what I thought this guy was worth. You think about the WWE, action figures, merchandise, the lawsuit from the sex tape, all of it, right? Well, his will is being whatever. Dude's worth about $5 million. That's it.
That's it. That's sad.
I
mean, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but that's sad.
I would have thought he would have been worth a lot more than that. His daughter Brooke, by the way, gets nothing. She asked to be removed from the will. So Hulk Hogan's son Nick filed court documents, first obtained by U.S. Weekly. Although I'm reading this from TMZ. Hulk left behind about $200,000 in cryptocurrency, $799,000 in personal property, and about $4 million worth of publicity, whatever that means. So his house was about $800,000. Remember when they died and they wheeled him out?
Yeah.
We were like, he just lives like a regular neighborhood.
Regular old neighborhood, yeah.
I would have thought some big estate, all that. I'm quite frankly a little surprised, only worth about $5 million.
Wow. That is surprising. It really is. When you said that, I was extremely surprised. He could have paid off a $16,000 debt payment, though, that he lost gambling if he wanted to.
Dude, there's gambling on ships.
Sure.
And apparently they give markers. I didn't know this. But there was a dude that literally jumped off the ship overboard trying to get away. And he had this elaborate plan. As the cruise ship was coming into port, he jumped off. Somebody picked him up on a jet ski. It seems like something out of a bad movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they caught the guy. Apparently, he owed the ship. He had a $16,000 bill. When I first saw that, I was thinking, dude should have just got the drink package. But no, that was from the casino.
He lost $16,000 at the casino and was trying to jump overboard to avoid paying said debt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to give him an A for creativity, I guess.
He must have watched a Tom Cruise movie and went, you know what? I ain't paying that. I'll just jump overboard. Kind of crazy. And then somebody there to pick him up in a jet ski. And when they found him, he had 5 IDs on him.
5 IDs.
kind of feels like he's done this before.
Yeah, I wonder how many cruise ships he owes money to.
I don't know. Could you imagine when you're so rich, you have a bunch of stuff, and when you're famous and you date somebody that's famous and you do stuff together, who's buying what, whose name is on what. Jessica Simpson apparently is still performing. I didn't know that she was still performing, right?
I didn't know that either, honestly.
Her and Tony Romo feel so long ago, I'm surprised that there's still anything that those two might have gotten together that's still there. But apparently, there's a boat.
That they bought together.
But it's in Jessica's name. But Tony Romo has the boat. Jessica Simpson doing whatever on stage. I don't even know where this was. Man, it feels like a show at Branson or something like that, right? Because where else could she play? But she tells this crazy story.
A couple weeks ago, my mom got a phone call, and he's like calling my mom saying, well, Tina, I'm selling the boat. And my mom's like, okay, and he's like, well, Jessica's name is still on the title. So then I get paperwork and have to sign over this boat for him to sell. And guess what he gave me as a thank you? Plastic cups. Honestly, plastic cups. I'm like, wow, I'm glad we didn't work out.
So is he. So is he. I promise you. Plastic cups, huh?
Well, I've got lots of questions. One, he didn't call Jessica Simpson. He called her mom.
Yes.
Two, why did you just sign over the boat for nothing? She could have then said, well, if I own the boat, I'll pick it up and I'll sell it. Give me plastic cups. And were they red Solo cups or were they Jessica's plastic cups, so if she dropped it on the boat, it wouldn't break? I mean, maybe he was giving back her plastic cups.
Well, yeah, they were. That's very true.
I mean, we've seen her. She does like plastic.
See what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
She ought to be thankful. She got some cups out of the deal. I mean, what the hell is she going to do with a boat?
What does anybody do with a boat?
Well, you go out on the water.
What does anybody do with a boat?
I have no idea. Pledge has got to.
If this is the boat, there's a story from 2009 back when they were dating.
Well, I
I'm
think
guessing
in the boat called Jessica or something like that.
Tony Romo got it as a gift from Jessica Simpson. It's a $100,000 speedboat.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go.
All right.
It was a gift.
It was a gift, but the title's in her name.
Because she bought it for him.
Uh-huh.
So it was a gift. You can't take that back.
Oh, but you got some plastic cups.
Well, exactly. So I don't know what she's pissed off about.
And he's selling the boat.
Exactly.
You wonder how long the current Mrs. Romo was like, dude, I'm not getting on this boat.
Exactly. It says Jessica on it.
Was it named Jessica or something like that?
I don't think so. It might have been. I don't know. But you got to just throw Romo under the bus like that. Although he's probably making a hell of a lot more money than she is these days.
I'm going to guess she probably wishes it would have worked out. Although I will never forget doing the show many, many years ago. In fact, we were doing the show at Dick's Last Resort with Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, wow.
And in Cliff Kingsbury, because I asked him, like, dude, you were dating Jessica Simpson. What happened? And the dude just deadpanned and looked and said, at some point you have to have a conversation.
Oh, my goodness.
You're right. At some point, you have to have a conversation.
Wow.
One of the greatest answers ever said by any guest on this program.
It's very true, I'm sure.
Yes.
Trying to have a conversation with that woman. Just take your plastic cups and move on. You're fine. Don't worry about it. My goodness.
Exactly. She got plastic cups as a thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Big football weekend this weekend, obviously. We know all the NFL. That starts tomorrow with Washington and Green Bay. That should be a pretty good ball game at Lambeau Field. And then college football on Saturday, the highlight of the weekend is the Aggies traveling to Notre Dame to take on the Irish. Mike Elco was joined the fellas on the morning cuddle this morning, and we're going to hear from him when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need your company logo, group logo, organization logo on a nice golf shirt, fishing shirt, any kind of shirt, go see Sam. He has all the big name brands, now including Tommy Bahama. You want Tommy Bahama and your company logo on it? Sam can get that done for you. What about Travis Matthew, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Port Authority, Under Armour, just to name a few. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Need T-shirts, screen printed? Go see Sam. If you need caps, you definitely want to go see Sam. He has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, and all the popular cap brands as well. The Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America in stock, waiting for your logo. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, no order too big, and all items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, about a mile inside Loop 410, right there across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportsstar.com now and register to win. sasportsstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Argo Group delivers specialty insurance tailored to your business, backed by expert claims handling and global experience. As a proud local employer, Argo gave back to more than 20 San Antonio nonprofits last year. Visit argogroup.com. Argo, helping businesses stay in business. Argo Group offers a full line of specialty insurance products and services designed to meet the unique coverage and claims handling needs of businesses. As a local employer, Argo contributes to the San Antonio community too, donating to more than 20 area nonprofits last year. Visit argogroup.com to learn how tailored strategies and global expertise can support your business. That's argogroup.com. Argo, we help businesses stay in business.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
At Frost, we go above and beyond with our services, like getting to know our customers by name, offering 24/7 real human phone support, and always keeping a supply of treats for our four-legged friends. You know, the little things, like when a customer was out of town before a hurricane and their Frost banker drove all the way to Corpus Christi to tie their boat down. We couldn't make that up if we tried. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
down. It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right. Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Jason just saw a great tweet from one of the Spurs PR guys, Jordan Howenstein. Spurs went up to the Hill Country today and hooped. There's video there of Wemby doing a little hooping and a bunch of people around. And, of course, they're doing that just to hopefully cheer up some folks there that are still devastated from what happened in July with the floods.
And that is awesome of the Spurs to get out. I mean, it's crazy to think training camp is right around the corner, that the NBA season is right around the corner, but it is. But does it surprise anybody that the Spurs and so many of their guys already in town doing something cool like that?
That is very cool, and the fact that Wemby's there, because no offense to any of the other Spurs, but that would be the most popular Spur that folks would want to see. So, props to him for going up there, and well done, Spurs. That's a nice thing to do.
Very,
sure.
Very nice thing to do. Pledge has been obsessed the last 10 minutes with one Jessica Simpson.
Well, I could see that about, 20 years ago.
Well, and he's not just on Google Image. He's trying to figure out her next concert. Now, that one, the clip where she's hammering Tony Romo, apparently at a benefit concert in Pittsburgh on Friday night. And then she just played Grand Ole Opry over the weekend.
That's a big deal.
Her next show is in Waukegan, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. I know about Waukegan just because I believe that's one of the cities near Great Lakes where I went to boot camp. And a lot of people stay in Waukegan because it's close. So big show in Waukegan. Can't call it Chicago. Waukegan. And she's got a show in November at Planet Hollywood.
Wow, in Vegas.
Yeah.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for her. I'm glad she's doing just fine. And with those cups, she can have them and have roadies as she travels from one venue to the other.
Again, if Romo knows Jessica Simpson well, plastic cups might be the thing so she doesn't break them. That makes all the sense in the world. My neighbor, Hal, he's like, I'm guessing she makes a lot more than Tony Romo. Quick Google, her net worth is about $200 million.
Okay. But, I mean...
And she's playing one show a month. She ain't hungry.
Well, no, she's not.
Although
but
she doesn't eat much anyway.
She made all of that money before. I mean, I didn't even know what she was doing these days. She's kind of been, out of the news.
When was the last time you thought of Jessica Simpson?
It's been a while.
Yeah, she's not playing Chicago. She's playing Waukegan.
Well, she's playing Vegas.
Planet Hollywood.
Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal.
It is. Grand Ole Opry on a Sunday.
Well, I'm just saying, I think she made most of her money back when she was popular, when her and Tony Romo were actually dating and back in those days. But, I mean, I don't know what she makes for a concert now.
I don't know. Pledge, how much were the concert tickets? Like, if I wanted to go see her in Waukegan.
I'm going to send her schedule to Joanna. She'll want to go.
No, she won't. No, she won't.
According to this, tickets start at $41. You can get them $85, as low as $85 on certain sites. And
yeah, the hell with that. How much are the meet and greets? You want your photo op with Jessica Simpson? Are they $150, $500? I'm just curious how diva she is at this point.
How diva can she be? Right? I mean, I don't know how how old is Tony Romo? In his 40s? She's got to be in her 40s too. And so I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big concert guy like you, but I have no desire to go to a Jessica Simpson concert.
Me neither. None.
No matter where it's at.
None. I mean, it won't be long. I remember about a year ago, Lita Ford was playing Fitzgerald's off of San Pedro. Like, man, Lita Ford.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And you see her and you're thinking, mm-hmm. And you see Joan Jett now. I mean, she was playing at 5 o'clock at that big show with like Motley Crue and Poison and Def Leppard. It's like 5 o'clock, huh? Joan Jett. Not what I remember.
Joan Jett.
You know what I mean?
I bet that was still in it. You saw her, didn't you?
Who?
Joan Jett.
Oh, yeah.
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 How, was the show good?
I mean, for 5 o'clock, yeah, no, it wasn't. I mean, you know, that voice is a lot of miles on it, and so does she.
Wow.
There's a term for that, you know what I mean?
What, her voice being
No, just So Mike Elco was
it's
on.
called Father Time is what you're looking for, right?
Well, some age gracefully.
Yeah, some do. And some don't.
I didn't say that.
Joan Jett.
I didn't put her in that category.
The minute you said you're ugly.
I didn't say that. Kind of leathery, though.
Ooh. Kind of like, folks you meet that live in Port Aransas. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that chick was only 38. You thought she was 80.
Exactly. Holy cow. Mike Elco doesn't look anything like that, does he?
That's a bad transition,
right?
Well,
I was just trying to get out.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out. Do we just punt this to the next segment?
I think we should punt. Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be a great idea, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding.
Who would you rather see, Lita Ford or Joan Jett or Jessica Simpson at this point?
Oh my gosh,
Jessica Simpson.
What a choice!
Are you kidding?
I
see or listen to.
Well, in concert.
Well, you're just seeing her play. It's not like you're going to do anything with her.
You don't know.
Well, I do know.
Yeah, we
I'm
know.
pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm Lita Ford still puts on a hell of a show.
She would be good.
She was great.
And Joan Jett. I mean,
Joan Jett
going
was,
by you.
Yeah. I don't even know what Jessica Simpson sings. I mean,
I have no idea.
What does she do?
I don't remember her songs. Do you remember a song from Jessica Simpson?
Why was Jessica Simpson famous?
I've got two reasons.
Well, she was hot.
Well,
when she was
but
younger,
that's
right?
it. But outside of that, and her tuna and chicken joke that just went over. But I mean, why was she famous? I didn't know she was a singer.
Well, she was back in the day.
She was a pop star.
When she dated Tony Romo, I mean, she was pretty popular.
Yeah, but I mean, between that and all the different shows and things like, was she a model that just tried to become a singer? I mean,
No, she was a singer. She was like Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera. She was in that whole kind of grouping.
All right.
So give me a song, Pledge. What was her song?
You can't name one.
No.
I mean,
well, there
Not
you
off
go.
the top of my head.
You know, it is like trying to remember like a Debbie Gibson song.
Debbie Gibson.
It's not on my iPod Shuffle.
Debbie Gibson. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Well, exactly. But you couldn't. Yeah, I mean, but you know the name, but you couldn't name a song.
No,
right?
I could not. Somebody on our YouTube page or somebody driving around, if you know a Jessica Simpson song, would like to know what it is.
See, I'm with Sam. It was reality TV. That's what I remember from, not singing.
Well, what reality show was she in?
There's a gazillion of them. Who knows? One that features hot chicks that are not bright.
So, according to Joshua Jimenez on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, her song Angel is a banger.
I don't know that I believe anything that Josh Jimenez says.
Well, I'm just
honestly.
saying.
I don't know. I saw that, and I'm not reading that because I don't know if that's actually one of her songs.
Well, I don't know either because I couldn't tell you if he's right or wrong. I would not know. But she had a couple of famous things.
I Want to Love You Forever was her highest chart-topping song. It was the 11th best-selling physical single of the 2000s.
Now, according to Adam over at KSAT 12, her best days were as Daisy Duke.
Right, she was in the new, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes.
Neighbor Hal says her most popular song was a remake of These Boots Are Made for Walking.
Really?
And I kind of remember that video, yeah. Yeah.
I think it was a part of the Daisy Dukes or the Dukes of Hazzard soundtrack, if I remember correctly.
Now, who sang the original, These Boots Are Made for Walking? Do you remember that? I do. Nancy Sinatra.
Yeah.
Frank's daughter.
You think?
And I think that's the only song she ever did.
That's
Never
all
would
that
have put
matters.
those two together.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Thanks, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look, Jessica Simpson was very shiny back in the day. I'm not sure what she
How
looks
does she
like
look now? Pledge?
Medical technology.
Well, I mean, there's a reason Tony Romo gave her plastic cups, apparently. Was it 2 and what size?
Well, I mean, she only seems like a little cuckoo, right? I mean, a little bit. I would think. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm thinking. Okay.
Let's talk college football
Mike
coming up.
Elco on deck. When we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is appropriate. It's game on at Synergenics and Low T Center, the MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. If you're ready to tackle low energy, achieve your health goals like a pro, you need to go get tested. At Synergenics and Low T Center, they have been changing the lives of men across the country for well over a decade with the most medically driven, results-focused care to restore the quality of patients' lives through hormone care. So, look, as you're getting older, if you're a little bit more tired, just not motivated, it's not just age. It's a physical and mental change to your body. Testosterone can and does help. Synergenics and Low T Center have clinics all around town, and you could choose to be treated in the clinic or get at-home treatment. It does start, though, in the clinic with a quick test. Takes about 20 minutes. They have an on-site lab, so you get results in about 20 minutes. If you need it, you can get started right away. And Synergenics and Low T Center, they have a long history of helping women find their hormonal balance. So go get tested. Do it now, and you could end up winning some really cool stuff. Book a free TRT consultation. I said free TRT consultation, and you're automatically going to be entered for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia or tickets to a game. Winners selected every week. So book that initial appointment now. Go to the website, trtmvp.com. trtmvp.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The UTSA football program turns 15 years old. Join us for our 15th season celebration as the Roadrunners play host to UIW in the Hometown Showdown this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. at the Alamo Dome. Log on to goutsa.com/tickets or call the UTSA ticket office at 210-458-8872 to purchase your tickets today. It's the Roadrunners hosting the Cardinals this Saturday in the Dome. Be there, because when we win, San Antonio wins.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Who was the last guy that you're like, oh my God, I really don't want to let this guy go?
Man, I tell you what, that's a tough question. I'm going to pivot on you like most great minds do.
Well done.
It wasn't the toughest cut, but the coolest one for me was bringing Perion Winfrey in, thinking he was going to get cut, and then telling him that he made the roster.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The Toadies. Well, if you're a toady, you should come from the water, right? I mean, come on.
And you're going to pretend like you did that on purpose. The Toadies, right as they.
I did.
You did not.
Perfect timing.
You'd
What are you
never
talking
heard this
about?
song.
The Toadies are coming to San Antonio December 27th at the Aztec Theater. We've got a pair of tickets we're going to give away right now, and if you don't win the tickets, you can buy them at livenation.com.
Caller 12. Those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 12 in honor of the Aggies, the 12th man, because the Aggies head football coach was on the morning huddle today with Rob and AJ. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Texas A&M has a big game this week.
Yeah, against those hated Domers.
Hated Domers.
The hated Domers up in Indiana, South Bend.
You know, I thought Mike Elco, kind of like Brian Schottenheimer, very open and honest with a lot of his questions. And quite honestly, I questioned all offseason why they didn't go out and get a different quarterback. Their belief in Marcel Reed. And the boys asked him about that this morning.
I think he's responded really well. You know, I think he's completing about 67% of his passes. He's got 8 touchdowns, no turnovers. He's got some really talented weapons around him, and I think he just looks really comfortable in what we're trying to do in the system offensively. And I think he was never in that spot last year. He was never that comfortable, you know, coming in not as the number one, still learning, still growing. Felt like he was always swimming upstream a little bit with some of that stuff last year. And I think he's done a phenomenal job of putting himself in a position to really have a great pulse on what we're trying to do and how we're trying to go about it on offense. And I think that's shown through the first 2 games.
Guy's a hell of an athlete. I mean, there's no question about that. He's a hell of an athlete. But he's going to have his first test, although UTSA tested the Aggies for a long time in game 1. And last week was last week. But there's some tough games coming up, and it starts this weekend.
Well, again, I mean, he's happy with this team after the first two games, although he even said this week it's going to be a little bit tougher.
We've answered a lot of the questions that we wanted to answer. You know, could we get more explosive in the passing game? Could Marcel Reed take the next step? Could we do better defending the pass on defense? And I think those three things have turned out well through two games. Obviously, the level of competition is about to go really high, but we're excited about that. And then obviously within the first two games, there's things that you got to clean up and you got to fix. And I think defensively we got to tackle better. We got to be a little bit more consistent, but certainly excited with what our highs have looked like and what we're capable of.
They got to stop the run better. And that's the one thing that they've got to do. I think they can score points, but they've got to stop the run. I'm not, in full transparency, I'm not familiar with Notre Dame necessarily. I know they've got a pretty good quarterback, but I'm sure they've got some great athletes running the football. A&M's got to stop the run.
No, Notre Dame's really, really good. Really good, and they're loaded. One of the things that Mike Elco said this morning on the Morning Huddle with Rob and AJ, and it was one of those questions that sometimes you wonder, are you going to get a real answer or not? But if you dissect and really listen to what Mike Elco says here, it does maybe hopefully give you a little insight into their game plan. They got to swing for the fences in South Bend if they're going to walk out of there with a win.
If we have more explosive plays than them, I think if we're able to create separation in the passing game, if we're able to hit some home run shots and win on the perimeter, and if we're able to eliminate the running backs from getting into big space and ripping off long runs, I think that's going to be our recipe to success.
A lot of ifs there.
Well, there is, but it tells me they won't have a conservative game plan. Remember last year, and granted, last year Notre Dame opened at Texas A&M. It was Elco's first game. It was low scoring, and Elco was criticized for having such a conservative plan on offense. They played trying not to make a mistake that would cost them. And they didn't try for the big chunk plays. They didn't try for the deep pass. They didn't. It kind of feels like they know if they're going to walk out of there in South Bend, they've got to hit some big plays. They got to try some big plays. They can't call a play that's designed for 4 and hope it turns into 40. They've got to design some plays and execute them that can actually get 40 when they're there. And obviously that only happens if their defense is making some stops and the game is close. But don't be afraid to take a shot. And you listen to that answer, feels like they know they've got to take some shots in order to win this game.
Well, first of all, I'm looking at that Miami film, and I know Mike Elco is, and how were the Hurricanes able to take advantage of Notre Dame? That game's only a 6.5-point game. Notre Dame is a 6.5-point favorite at home. I thought it might be a little bit higher than that, but it's not. And so the Aggies, look, if they do the things that Mike Elco just said, they got a shot at this thing. And it would be great for the Aggies to go up to Notre Dame and come back to Texas with a win.
It would be incredible, although I think most are going to pick Notre Dame, as they should. And in a lot of ways, obviously the SEC is the SEC. But this is like a playoff game. And that will be a playoff-type atmosphere with the home opener up there in South Bend for Notre Dame. And the idea of the playoffs and the way the current format is, and you hear of some coaches, all this, I think most like it. And Elco said it this morning because all you got to do is get in and then prove it on the football field.
I think the beauty of our sport now is we're ultimately going to get to play for it on the field. And I think for a long time in college football, all of that stuff mattered, how you won games, what it looked like, because you were trying to impress people who were only barely paying attention sometimes, right? Now I think ultimately the goal is to win enough games to get in the playoffs, and I think that's a little bit more concrete number. And so I think it's more about just doing what we've got to do to get in the playoffs so we get a chance to put it on the field and play.
Well, coming out of the SEC, that gives you a little bit of credibility coming out. But, I mean, you're going to have to do well in conference.
Sure.
And that's something the Aggies have struggled with, at least over the last couple of years. So, I mean, that's the key. Beating Notre Dame or losing to Notre Dame is not going to matter in the long run. It's really not going to matter. It's what the Aggies do in that conference schedule.
True, but a game like this 5 years ago kind of eliminates you from the postseason. your dreams of a national championship likely gone, especially where you're ranked right now at A&M. You start high, and if you lose, you're not going to drop that far, so maybe you can climb back up. But if you're starting with double digits, the chances of you climbing into the top 4 were slim to none. Now you can go have this game, and it really isn't going to hurt you unless you have some idiot voter. This is one of the now. Granted, the polls do matter, but it's the committee. And you heard Elco; they might half-ass being paying attention. And clearly, there are AP voters out there that are even less than half-ass paying attention. I don't know what that is, less than, but I don't know what the real requirements are to become an AP voter. But we all know Florida lost to South Florida in week 2, right? However, one AP voter by the name of Haley Sawyer of the SoCal News Group, she actually on her ballot had Florida moving up 2 spots. And she kept South Florida unranked. Now, we know Florida, they fell all the way to the 13th, from 13 to entirely out of the poll, while South Florida actually entered the poll at number 18 because there are some sensible voters, not Haley Sawyer. Now, when I first read this, I was like, Then I heard Haley Sawyer trying to explain herself on TikTok.
But as far as what my votes are and what my process is, I wake up early in the morning after covering a game late in the night before. Don't want to go too much into my process or logic, but I will say I appreciate everybody's interaction on social media and all of your feedback. There's tons of people that vote on the AP poll, and it's not a perfect system, but at the end of the day, no matter who you pick, it does even out because there's so many people who vote. And like I said, it's really fun for discussion. It doesn't, probably matter in the end, but I'm glad that people are having a really good time with it.
What do you mean it doesn't matter in the end? Of course it matters. Your credibility is shot.
It really is, and that explanation is even worse. And I don't know, again, how the AP decides who is a voter or how you get your vote revoked. But every vote matters. In any kind of voting process, whether it's an election or this, it does matter. And you should, as a voter, take it seriously. Most of the journalists that I know that have the privilege to be a voter, whether it's the AP vote, the Heisman vote, whatever it is, they take that very seriously. Coaches in the coaches poll, I know they generally don't. They're not watching all the games, and somebody else probably does this. I have, and the fact that she wouldn't explain her process, which I really need the explanation on her process to have Florida moving up after getting beat by South Florida.
Well, she gets up early in the morning, Jason, and she goes over everything, and she had no clue that Florida lost.
Well, no,
that's the problem.
Well, that's it, though, Joe. I mean, she made her votes the night before, covered a game, and when she woke up this morning, because all those votes are public, people found her, and they're giving her crap. That's what she woke up to. Oh, why are my notifications going nuts? All these people think I'm an idiot, hee. Well, what the hell is that?
Well, because you just proved that you are. I mean, come on. I don't know. What is the process? I know our good friend Bob Ballou votes in this. I know he does, and he takes it seriously. But the problem, and there's been a lot of criticism since this came out, that there are a lot of people that cover teams, like Bob, who covers Texas, whoever this girl covers, and you don't watch a lot of the other games. Now, I know that Bob Ballou takes this very seriously, and if he's not watching the games, he's going to go and he's going to at least find out what's happened before he votes. Because, you kind of want to vote after they've played the game,
yes,
not before. Because, it's just, I don't know, they call me crazy. It's just ridiculous, and it impedes the credibility of the AP poll.
It does.
I mean, it does.
Now, and you're right, because her vote was so extreme, and everybody else seemingly got it right, hers is canceled out. But I think you just hit the nail on the head. She's a West Coast reporter. I don't know what the deadline is for the AP. She's covering a game. She's in a press box. She is busy. If she's covering, when you're working games like that, believe it or not, people, you are busy. You think she turned in her ballot before the games were over? You think she turned in the ballot assuming Florida was going to win that game by a mile or thought they had won that game by a mile? That's the only logical explanation.
But, Jason, I mean, as soon as that game was final, it was all over the place. That South Florida had upset Florida.
Can you not call the AP and say, you know what? Or I would feel a lot better about this lady if she were just to go on TikTok and say, you know what? I'm working late. Our game started late. East Coast deadline. I just figured Florida was going to win that game. I turned in my ballot before the game was over. My bad. I'll never do that again.
Oh, exactly.
And I think we all would have went like, yeah, lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned. But to try and yeah, exactly. It just makes you look even dumber than your pick. It's just that game was an afternoon game, was it not? If I recall correctly, I think that was played in the afternoon. If she's on the West Coast, that game was far over by the time her game even started. So
again, if she's not checking scores, and who knows? I mean, SoCal News, I don't know. Is she based in L.A.? What game she was going to? Stuck in traffic for 2 hours trying to get there. I'd have a lot more respect for her, honestly, if she were to say, you know what, I just assumed Florida was going to roll that game. I didn't even check the score. I just marked Florida.
Well, I just wonder how many other people there are like her out there. I know there's credible people out there that vote in these polls, but to have one like that, you almost have to wonder, how many more are like that? And it's a shame, and the credibility of the AP poll has taken a huge hit in my mind. I mean, just it's terrible.
Yep.
Horrible stuff. My goodness. I'll get over it. We have a break.
Yeah.
All right. I'll calm down. I hope y'all do as well. Everybody ought to be pissed off about this. I shouldn't be the only one. We'll return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, before we go, though, I want to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, local company, and they are the absolute best in the business. How do you know that, Joe? Well, I know it because I've met the folks. I've talked to the folks. I've seen the work that they've done. And you don't stay in business as long as they stay in business if you're not doing the job right. They have a proven reputation of being the best in the business. And if you've been thinking about your roof, sometimes I'll go outside and you look up and you see a little bubble or something on your roof and it doesn't look right and you wonder what that is. Is that a problem or not? Well, the good news is Stevens Roofing and Solar can help you out. All you have to do is call them, 210-785-0994. What they will do is send an experienced team out to inspect your roof for free. They're going to make sure that it's sealed, secure, and energy efficient. They want to make sure you're protected for the long haul, and they'll let you know what that little bubble is, if that's a problem or not, and what you should do about it. Look, don't put it off any longer. I'm not going to. You shouldn't either. Call 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Thinking about replacing doors or windows? Well, whether it's one, two, or all of them, for the best price and quality, I've got the company for you. Hi, everybody. This is Joe Reinagle from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. For windows and door renovations, call and compare. Whether it's a window or door project at home, or if you're a contractor, windows and door renovations. 210-284-7888. Offering a wide variety of designs, styles, and materials. Save more with window technology that helps maintain your home's temperature, making your AC work less and your electricity bill go down. They're also selling Anderson windows, and all of their work comes with a lifetime warranty. Get the best price. Call now, 210-284-7888. Proudly veteran-owned and committed to supporting our military community. For more information, look them up on Facebook as Windows and Door Renovations. Call today, 210-284-7888.
What would you do if you had a little bit more money to do it?
I'd go to law school.
I'd open a bakery.
I'd travel to visit my grandparents I haven't seen in 10 years.
We all have things we want to do in life, and there are people who want to help you do them. So how do we best ask for that help? GoFundMe. GoFundMe is the #1 fundraising platform. 200 million people have used GoFundMe to support people doing things like furthering their education, starting a small business, or bringing people together in support of a cause. No matter what your goals are, GoFundMe helps you take an important step toward them. GoFundMe is free to set up and manage, easy to use, and designed to help you reach your goals.
The community was so supportive in helping me finally open my bakery. Now, every day I wake up and get to do what I love. And it all started with GoFundMe.
What would you do if you had the money to do it? Get started today with GoFundMe. Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe with actors voicing experiences inspired by our user.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Designed for working adults, focused on the future. Classes start September 17th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Little afternoon baseball up in Arlington. The Texas Rangers just headed to the bottom of the eighth. They lead the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 5-3. Big news today, the Dallas Cowboys have brought in former Houston Texans #1 overall pick Jadeveon Clowney for a visit. Clowney, the top selection in 2014 draft, is 32 years old, entering his 12th season.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Yeah. Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday. Whatever you are doing in this fine city of San Antonio or beyond, whatever you're doing, thanks for taking some time spending it with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here as well. And, well, it's hump day. That means we're just about ready to slide into the weekend, Minix.
Is that what that means?
That's exactly what it means.
That's what that means.
Almost.
The weekend is almost here.
I can see it right over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's right over there, Minix.
Yep.
Yeah.
It really is. And you know what else is right around the corner? It's the 10th of September. Our golf tournament is coming up on September 29th. Our Fall Golf Classic.
Okay.
Olympia Hills.
Are we full?
We're not full.
We're not?
I just went down the hall.
Uh-huh.
Nick Trey, his office door is closed.
Oh, my goodness.
It's 4 o'clock. He's got to go pick up the kid.
All right.
Well, whatever, right? So I have no idea how many spots we have left. He didn't send an email, which he said he would. before he left to give us some sort of an update. I haven't gotten an email, but we started the show with just 3 single-player spots left to have a completely sold-out golf tournament. So let's just assume we didn't sell any of those 3 yet. So if you want to play in our golf tournament, and again, if you don't have a foursome, you got you and your buddy, there are 3 singles left. One person could buy all 3, or it just could be 3 individuals, and randomly you're going to make friends September 29th at Olympia Hills with whoever you got paired up with. It's that simple.
It's that simple, and it's a fun day. If you've never been, you need to experience it, and that's why it sells out so quickly, because people that have been buy teams right away because they want to come back and play. It's just a great time. There'll be stuff out there. There'll be you're not going to be thirsty.
You're not going to be thirsty because one of our great sponsors is Flight by Yingling. And because we have 3 left, we've got a Flight by Yingling Kanga cooler that we are going to give away to somebody that gets registered today. One of those final 3. Now, if all 3 get sold out by 6 o'clock, then 3 names in the name generator, spin the wheel, and one of you is going to win this very cool Kanga cooler from Flight by Yingling.
I love that. You can put 12 flights in that cooler.
Yep.
And it's a good deal. I've got 2 of those.
You got 2 of those,
I got 2 of those, yeah. How many do you have?
Just 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I technically have 2, but I'm giving one away to the listener because I care about you guys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
You're going to use one of your 2 or both of them? Is that why you have 2? One for you, one for your wife, so when you're playing golf?
Perfect.
Yeah, does that work?
Yeah, it does. It works just that way. And then I've also got one of those big I don't want to call it a Yeti because it's not a Yeti, but it's got Flight by Yingling all over it.
Yeah, do you take that one to the golf course?
I don't take that one to the golf course, but like a trip like I'm taking this weekend, it will be stocked.
It will go because you got a fancy golf tournament you're playing with up in where Kerrville or wherever.
Yeah. It's a couples thing. It's a big couples tournament. Some friends of ours are going up there, and so I had plans this weekend that I couldn't get out of.
Dude, I'm just going to leave that one alone because I think...
Don't leave it alone.
I would have bailed on those plans. I know those are big plans. I would have bailed on it because to give you an idea, Joe and I got invited by our friends from Encore Jet to go to the Cowboys game this week on a private jet.
Yes.
I'm going. Ryan, I go, yeah, I'm going to go play golf.
Well, I mean,
I already paid the registration fee.
Well, it's a big registration fee, and there's a house reserved that's paid for. So, yeah, all of those things, and you know, I treasure my friends, and I wouldn't do that to
your friends would understand.
No.
Look, you get a chance to go on a private jet, you go. Cowboy tickets and go into the game. I think they all would understand, and they're all going to give you a bunch of crap when you tell them, you know, I chose you guys over that experience when they're looking at my Instagram story on Sunday.
Well, here's the problem. So if I bail, I lose a significant amount of money. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
It ain't that significant.
No, it is significant.
It's not that significant.
Yeah, it is.
Do well on your bets on Saturday, and it's paid for. It's covered. I'm sure you could probably find somebody. Hey, I know you're a great golfer. Do you want to take my spot here?
Let me tell you how much it is, and then So not only that, to find somebody that's okay with the entry fee.
The people you hang with would be perfectly fine with that.
I don't think so.
I think they would be fine with that.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It is a lot. It is a lot more than our golf tournament.
I'm not selfish, Minix. I'm not selfish.
I'll tell you how great of a time we have.
You do that, I will. I'll have a trip. I know.
You hope.
No, there will be another trip.
You hope there's another invite.
I know there will be.
Yeah, that might cost you a significant amount.
Because from what it might. It surely might. Yeah, you can tell us all about it. So you have a good time.
I mean, you can make a significant bet at the game, on the game, and have that whole trip paid for.
Well, I could, but who would you bet on, Pledge? I mean, you make it sound like it's easy to win that bet.
I mean, you tell me. You're the one that went 15-1 last week.
Well, that's exactly right now. But there's a difference between just picking a winner and picking a winner against the spread.
This is true. Now, one text right now says, I'll take Joe's spot. He is obviously crazy. And Marcus, your old photographer says one of those coolers is mine, Reinagel.
Well, Marcus, Marcus is getting a little old.
You got
loses
that
his
for
memory.
Joe, and if for Marcus, and you've yet to deliver it.
Why should I have to deliver it? I mean, it seems to me he should come pick it up.
Well, everybody knows you don't just show up at the Reinagels without a proper invite. You won't get past security.
Marcus, whatever.
And Marcus
can come over anytime he wants to.
I mean, you say that now.
He knows that. Now, somebody like you, I'd have security for, yes.
Hell, I've got the gate code.
That's a shame.
Really, it really is.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it works. So go get signed up for a golf tournament. It won't cost you significant like Joe's.
Are we going to know by the end of the show to be able to give this Kanga cooler away?
If Nick Trey does his job, yes, we'll know.
All right. Well.
If not, we won't. And I'll have two, just like you.
And you, too, will have to hope that Minix delivers it to you. That's a shame.
I can't read this text from Marcus, but yes, Marcus, you are absolutely right. I almost said that. And if you know Marcus, you know exactly what he just said about Reinagel's neighborhood.
Yeah. And, Marcus is so full of poop.
Really?
He knows better than that. Dude, I saved his life at a Cracker Barrel in West Memphis, Arkansas.
Here we go.
Me?
Here we go. Get signed up for a golf tournament, sasportstar.com.
Oh, my goodness. Fun stuff. Yeah, we need to know something, Nick. Pick your kid up and go check.
Nick's probably in the school line waiting to pick up the kiddo.
And he's listening to us. I know he is.
Absolutely.
Of course he is.
He's not texting.
Well, he will. Yeah, sometimes
everybody else is.
Sometimes he just pops in on our YouTube page.
Yeah, sometimes
he
does.
Gives us an update there. So we'll see what he does. But
have you seen him pop in on the YouTube page?
I have not seen him pop in on the YouTube page.
Anybody else popping in on the YouTube page? You can pop in on the YouTube page. Just go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, comment there, and
like and subscribe.
And comment.
And all of those things.
Now Marcus is going tit for tat here, saying about when he saved your life at the Denver airport. Is there a story there?
There is.
A story time with Reinagel?
There is. This was a long time ago.
Clearly.
2003, if I remember correctly.
He was young and naive.
So it was right, a couple of years after 9/11. So there were still those cement barriers around airports where you couldn't just drive into an airport. Well, Marcus and I were like pack mules and got all the equipment as we're going in there, and I sit down on this cement barrier, and as I set my butt down, I hit the crack of the cement, not my crack, the crack of the cement, and I fell in it, and I broke a rib. So Marcus had to carry the stuff. I had to walk all the way through that damn airport. You know how big the Denver airport is?
Yeah, Denver airport's forever.
And I got on the plane, and the Spurs doctor, Will, was in there. Will Sevening.
Yeah.
He was in there. He was on the flight for some reason. And
because they didn't let him fly private.
I guess not.
Or he booked a different flight.
So the flight was rough as hell.
Of course.
It was, right? So I'm suffering the whole way home. Get back. I go to another Spurs doctor, and x-rays me, and he goes, yeah, it's broken. Nothing I can do for you.
So that's how Marcus claimed to save your life?
Well, he had to carry all the equipment after that. I wasn't carrying
Sounds
that.
like your klutzy ass made his life miserable.
Well, no, he was glad to do it.
I don't know if glad would be the word he would use.
He was happy to do it.
I'm not so sure about that. But what was your sobriety level when you missed
I had not
the
had
concrete
not
edge?
one sip of anything.
And in 2003, I don't think things were legal yet in Colorado.
Well, no, I wasn't smoking anything either, but it was still 9/11, so those barriers were all over the place.
And you went to sit on one and missed.
I missed. Went right through there and bam.
Marcus doesn't have video, huh?
No, he wasn't rolling. He probably double punched as usual.
Speaking of people and falling in video, one of our salespeople, Lauren, yesterday. And I hope there's video.
Is that the new girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Blonde.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was pumping gas and went to step over the hose and tripped and fell. elbows all cut up. And I just said, is there video of this?
Wow. Well, I'm sure there is.
There's got to be video
the
of this
people at the gas station are probably laughing their heads off.
I can only imagine what that video must look like after and fell stepping over the gas hose.
That's sad. Well, it's funny.
It's a lot of things.
I walk in today.
Uh-huh.
She's sitting there, a couple other, and hi, everybody. Hey, I don't know how it came up, but she had a flat tire this morning.
She did?
She's had a rough couple of days.
A flat tire?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Did you go change it for her?
No, she changed it. I guess she had a nail in her tire.
Oh, that sucks.
She had just bought the tires, as it was explained to me.
Oh, really? So you got a whole...
I got the whole story.
The whole story. Did she tell you about falling?
No.
Yesterday, she was telling everybody.
I left that.
I'm not sure if she was embarrassed or proud.
Well,
to be honest.
That's I could see that happening to anybody, but
not really.
Well, no.
I mean, that's one of those Instagram reels you send to people about. I mean, can you believe somebody actually did this?
But you missed a concrete barrier.
Well, I did.
Going to sit down.
I was sitting down because I had all this damn equipment. So,
So
it's Marcus's fault. The life of a TV guy, is glamorous. Here I am walking with like a mule through the airport with all this stuff.
Life of a TV guy.
Life of a TV guy, man. We were there. We were there covering they were in the playoffs, obviously, as they were every year during that time.
Didn't figure you were there to cover the Avalanche.
No.
Do you know what the Avalanche are?
Yeah, I know what the Avalanche are. Their soccer team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is.
Cowboys had a visitor today.
They did.
And they still haven't signed the guy that I've seen, so I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but they had a guy in, kicking the tires on one said guy. We're going to hear from Shotty all about that and everything else Dallas Cowboys when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is Wednesday, so we get Thursday night football tomorrow. Green Bay against Washington. You want to make that more exciting and win money? You can do that on Underdog, the best place to make your picks and win money all season long. And, of course, you can play here in Texas. Looking at the Pick'em game and going higher or lower on stats, touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions. Micah Parsons right now half a sack. Do you think he'll get Jaden Daniels tomorrow? Go higher. If not, you go lower. Get all your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. Download the Underdog app. Sign up. Use my promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys take on the New York Giants at home. Pregame at 11.
I like this kind of party.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
You like that? How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, it's football season and your furry MVP deserves a win. Hey, it's Rob, and reminding you Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma is a luxury pet care resort with over 17,000 square feet of fun, plus training, spa days, and acres to play. Book today at 210-750-1298.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
Trying to find a needle in a haystack? Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Make the Break Room on Pat Booker Road in Live Oak your football watching headquarters. Watch all the college and NFL games on the 17 HD TVs. The Break Room shows all UFC and boxing events with no cover. The kitchen is open daily until midnight with karaoke on Tuesday nights and a DJ every Friday with pool, darts, video games, a patio. It's more than your average neighborhood bar. So check out the Break Room at 8084 Pat Booker Road in Live Oak. Follow the Break Room Live Oak on social media for the latest specials and events.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, we get football back. Commanders, Packers.
Yeah, a couple of great quarterbacks, great young quarterbacks in Jaden and Jordan Love. And we got college football to talk. Let's face it, it's Small Friday. It's a football Small Friday. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Wednesday, better known as Hump Day.
Hump Day?
Yeah. Happy you're with us on this Wednesday afternoon. Hope it's a good one for you out there in whatever you're doing and however you're listening. We do appreciate it. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. And the Cowboys, a little bit of an update on what's going on at the Star.
Yeah, they had a visitor today, took a physical, watched a little practice, left without a contract, according to Josina Anderson. Jadeveon Clowney has left the Cowboys facility. No contract. Plan all along was for Clowney to come to Dallas for a visit and physical. Cowboys are in the midst of preparing for the Giants. They're going to keep in contact. So, what do you make of that? A couple of things that I like. One, if he passed the physical and left without a contract, nobody's going to be shocked if they lowballed him an offer. And he's like, no.
Sure.
But I also got to believe that numbers, potential numbers, were discussed before he even showed up for a visit. But it also tells me they're not desperate. When I woke up this morning to the news that he was coming in for a visit, my first thought was, why? Thought the young guys are playing well. Do they actually need a Jadeveon Clowney? Need, want are two different things. They might want the insurance. They might want his ability to rush the passer and stop the run. He is good at that. Is he the star player everybody thought he was going to be? No. But according to stats, he would have been like number 3 on the Cowboys roster a year ago behind Micah Parsons and Oso Odigizua.
He had a good year last year with Carolina.
Yep.
But he's kind of bounced around a little bit. But obviously a lot of he was damn good at South Carolina. I mean, he was drafted number 1 by the Houston Texans. So, whatever it was, and it could be a number of things. The Cowboys just kicking the tires and decided, well, we'll talk about it. Or, like you said, they lowballed him, and he said, no, I'm going to see what else is out there. And I have a feeling that that's probably what happened. Cowboys said, yeah, we'll give you this, and you can do this. And he said, well, let me go check my options.
Well, and he probably does have options. I mean, now he does know Brian Schottenheimer. Their time in Seattle did overlap. So there's some familiarity there. But again, as Shotty said, we're all just kicking tires.
Well, I could go back to Seattle days. I was with him there. Guy's, really good football player. He's missed playing the game a little bit, and the film obviously looks good. And, we're always in the business of, seeing what's out there and keeping an eye on all good football players. But I would say the personal relationship I have with him, the problems I know he can create both in the run and the pass is the main reason he's here.
And again, I applaud them for bringing him in. I kind of thought it was a panic move, but why not? I mean, if the guy's out there and you can add some depth, then okay, no problem. But again, it had to be terms. It had to be something because he stuck around a long time. I mean, he watched practice before he left, and so I don't know. I kind of thought they would have him sign before he left.
Got to have the visit longer than the flight. But again, what's the reason? I mean, is it injuries? Are you just unhappy with some guys? What's the reason for bringing a guy like Clowney in?
No, this is something that, again, we've just been monitoring. We'll do it with every position. Again, I feel great about our defensive line depth. But, anytime you have a chance to potentially add good football players, why wouldn't you kick the tires?
Absolutely. Why not kick the tires? With that position, though, it's not really a position of need to me. They got a lot of young guys there, but that's probably where they're the deepest. Just got the injury report from practice today. Deron Bland did not practice, foot injury, and fine. Malik Hooker was limited.
Early in the I don't get too worried on a Wednesday. Game status nowhere near being decided at this point.
But the point is, if you're going to add some depth somewhere, doesn't it make sense to add it there in the defensive secondary? I mean, that's where they need some help and some depth.
It's true, but again, do you just want to sign anybody?
No, well, no.
And
you've been talking about Gilmore for how long? Guy's still not signed.
And you look at some of the veteran guys like a Clowney, like a Gilmore that are available, and Price is going to come in. I am sure that tomorrow when Stephen Jones is on the Blitz about this time, he'll talk about roster acquisition, 365. 24/7. Always looking to improve the roster and see what's out there. Price shouldn't be an issue for the Cowboys because they got plenty of cap space, unless the ask for Clowney is just ridiculous, or Gilmore. Now that you're into the season, though, best option for one of these guys, fit, familiarity, all of that's going to factor in. Or if you're Clowney, are you chasing a ring? Would you rather... Are you chasing a ring or are you chasing playing time? Chris Paul is the one guy that is the exception to the rule. This point in the career, it's all about latching on to a championship-level team to try to win that championship. Chris Paul is the only one that I can think of that said, nah, I just want playing time. I'm going to go play 82. I'm going to start on a team that sucks and won't go to the playoffs. I'd rather do that than ride the bench and get a ring.
Well, then you go to the Clippers again?
He's back with the Clippers.
Yeah.
But he's like one of the young guys on that team.
Well, that's very true. he didn't hurt their average age. But look, I mean, I would think with the players that they have, if number 2 plays, they got a team that can contend. So, and I don't know how much he'll play there. So, yeah, 1 year, but, let's chase a ring.
I don't know. I like I don't know what to make of the visit with Clowney other than there are guys that are in for physicals and looksies all the time. They're just not the status of a Jadeveon Clowney. And so if Clowney shows up, people are going to notice. The fact that he was standing there and the photos are of him next to Josh Brent. Not an agent, unless Josh Brent's doing that work now. I don't know if the agent was there to negotiate. It doesn't seem like it. He just flew in, took a physical, watched practice, hung out with the guys, and he'll be home in time for dinner, wherever home is, right? But leaving without a contract, I don't know what to make of that other than the Cowboys aren't desperate. They're not going to do a bad deal. And the dollar amount might be one of the reasons he left, or is he ready to go? Who knows?
Well, we didn't hear. Maybe he didn't pass his physical. That's a possibility.
True.
Haven't heard yet, so we'll have to wait.
And again, if he has other options, all right. I've been to Dallas. He's on a free agent tour in a lot of ways. So you go from there, and for the Cowboys, day one of Giants week for them, getting ready, getting the game plan in, and it's interesting. A question that Shoddy was asked today, because it's the rare noon kickoff for the Dallas Cowboys. They don't often play at noon. How much does that mess with your pregame routine?
Yeah, I'm not an early at the stadium guy. I'm not a guy that wants to get there 5 hours before the game. I don't really like sitting around. I would say most of the time, when you play noon games, which we don't play very many of them, most of your prep work is done the night before. Like when you lay your head down Saturday night, you should feel really good. Hey, this is the openers. This is what we're doing. Hey, I feel really good about that. Whereas against Philadelphia or the primetime games, even the 325 games, you just have a little bit more time to kind of, get some rest, get up in the morning, kind of look over the call sheet one more time. But, I enjoy noon games. We'll play them anytime, anywhere. But it is a little bit different how you approach them.
Well, that's the only one they're going to play at Jerry World this year. That's it, which is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really, because you're either in the 3 o'clock window or you're prime time Sunday or Monday night. So that's pretty good for the Dallas Cowboys, no question about that. Let's switch gears a little bit, Minix, when we come back and talk about number 2 and the Clippers and what's going on there. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, spoke today about that situation. We'll hear from him when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. Up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to GNC.com.
And Doug, Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
What would you do if you had a little bit more money to do it?
I'd go to law school.
I'd open a bakery.
I'd travel to visit my grandparents I haven't seen in 10 years.
We all have things we want to do in life, and there are people who want to help you do them. So how do we best ask for that help? GoFundMe. GoFundMe is the #1 fundraising platform. 200 million people have used GoFundMe to support people doing things like furthering their education, starting a small business, or bringing people together in support of a cause. No matter what your goals are, GoFundMe helps you take an important step toward them. GoFundMe is free to set up and manage, easy to use, and designed to help you reach your goals.
The community was so supportive in helping me finally open my bakery. Now, every day I wake up and get to do what I love. And it all started with GoFundMe.
What would you do if you had the money to do it? Get started today with GoFundMe. Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe with actors voicing experiences inspired by our users.
More fiber and laxatives, eh?
Who are you?
I'm future you.
Future me?
Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Little mellow stuff there from Pledge. That's not the Toadies.
It's not. That's definitely not the Toadies, Ryan
This is the Blitz, though, on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. I don't know what to think about this NBA stuff, Minix, honestly. Clippers situation, you've heard about it. Kawhi Leonard under the table, perhaps to circumvent the salary cap, all of that kind of stuff. The NBA held their annual Board of Governors meeting today, and all 32 owners were said to be there, including Steve Ballmer, the owner of the LA Clippers.
And obviously everything going on with that dude and a no-show job. Big-time questions. that's going to require a big-time investigation. And it was talked about a lot today. And Adam Silver, the commissioner, can only say so much at this point because it is an investigation. And we all hear every time headlines, jump to conclusions without facts. And then when the facts come out, you may or may not hear it, know about it, or even give a damn.
Right.
That's in everything.
Yes.
Everything is like that. Hell, I saw Michael Irvin on a podcast with Steven Jackson, the Up in Smoke, right? He's talking about everybody saw the headlines. Nobody saw that all that went away. Nobody saw that they couldn't prove it, right? It's true. We go by headlines. With everything that we see right now, it looks like there's some really bad things going on behind the scenes between Ballmer and Kawhi, and apparently Kawhi and his uncle have tried to do this before. Adam Silver says, well, we got to find some things out first. Like, tell me about this company, Aspirations. Never heard of them until I heard about them on a podcast.
Well, when the podcast came out, it was news to me. I'd frankly never heard of the company Aspiration before, and I'd never heard a whiff of anything around an endorsement deal with Kawhi or anything around engagement with the Los Angeles Clippers. So it was all new to me. I heard it. I saw some of the follow-up information. We spoke internally. Rick Buchanan, our general counsel, is here, who oversees any investigations. Rick had a conversation with Steve Ballmer, and we quickly concluded this was something that rose to the level that necessitates an investigation. In fact, one that's done outside of our office. And Wachtell Lipton, New York law firm that we've used in the past for for investigations like this, is overseeing it. And again, I would also say I've been around the league long enough in different permutations of allegations and accusations that I'm a big believer in due process and fairness, and you need to now let the investigation run its course.
Interesting what he said there about middle way through that soundbite, that they had a conversation with Ballmer, and after that conversation, they decided they needed an investigation. So I wonder what in the heck Ballmer said that led them to say, well, we better look at this a little bit further.
I hope honesty. And the way Ballmer sounds, this happened on his watch, but he knew nothing about it.
Uh-huh.
Rich people hiding money and doing stuff happens all the time. But at the same time, it does happen on his watch. Him doing an interview. Like, I want to believe Steve Ballmer. I really do. I don't know the guy, but seems like he's really good for the NBA. Unless, of course, he's doing stuff like this, then that's really bad. But he seems like the kind of guy that is really good for the NBA. If you're a Clipper fan, that's a guy that you want as your owner. Kind of like what we used to think of Mark Cuban. Not a Mavericks fan, but, man, I love the way that Mark Cuban runs his team and he's passionate about it, right?
Absolutely,
He's not running it, counting every penny out there. Let's go have some fun and go create this kind of environment. Ballmer has that. That new arena looks incredible. So I hope that he wasn't doing anything breaking the rules that he was aware of. But it will happen on his watch. And if he's honest now, maybe that will lessen the team penalty, almost like a college that is self-reporting themselves for rules violations.
Well,
right?
I guess that's true. If you turn yourself in, I guess you throw yourself on the leniency of the court.
Like, hey, dude, I can't believe this happened under my watch. It is. Don't take my team away. Draft picks, fine. How big of a check do you need me to write? Can we ban Kawhi and suspend his contract? I'll donate all that. I mean, whatever it might be, because that's the other part. You know, Adam Silver talking about the burden of proof isn't like a court of law where you have to have 12 members of a jury come to that conclusion of, is there any reasonable doubt?
Number one, the burden is on the league. If we're going to discipline a team, an owner, a player, or any of the constituent members of the league, I think as with any process that requires a fundamental sense of fairness, the burden should be on the party that is, in essence, bringing those charges. And then in terms of your specific question, about circumstantial evidence. I was only quasi-joking with someone earlier that, when people talk about a smoking gun, that's obviously circumstantial. It means the gun is still smoking. It must have recently fired. I'd say in the case of the league, we and our investigators look at the totality of the evidence. So I think whether mere appearance, like just by the way those words read, I think as a matter of fundamental fairness, I would be reluctant to act if there was sort of a mere appearance of impropriety. I think that the goal of a full investigation is to find out if there really was impropriety, because also in a public-facing sport, again, the public at times reaches conclusions that later turn out to be completely false. And so I would want anybody else in situation Mr. Ballmer is in now, or Kawhi Leonard for that matter, to be treated the same way I would want to be treated if people were making allegations against me. So the answer is, we're not a court of law at the end of the day either, that we have broad authority to look at all information and to weigh it accordingly.
I find that interesting. I really do, where he makes it very clear if there were some things that we deem that were done that we don't have to have proof positive beyond a reasonable doubt to do something about this. So, and they've got the same law firm, Minix, as you know, that has already taken down 2 owners.
Yeah, the Clippers' old owner, Donald Sterling, and Robert Sarver with the Phoenix Suns. So clearly, the league is taking this very seriously, at least forward-facing, which is something that they need to do. Although, quite honestly, this is the kind of stuff that most fans don't really give a damn about. This is the billionaire owners club saying we're all playing by a set of rules and we're not going to cheat, because every one of these billionaire owners has the ability to do what Ballmer is being accused of. Let's circumvent the salary cap. To me, this is far different than a player coming to a team and getting more money with endorsement deals from team sponsors, because that happens everywhere, and the teams don't negotiate those deals, but do they make the introductions? And could they wink, wink, guarantee, hey, our grocery store, they're going to have you in all the commercials. Come here, that, but what is that? An extra $100, $150, $200,000 a year, maybe, which seems like nothing by NBA superstar salaries.
Well, you're right, but I mean, that's still a significant amount of money, and to do what? Nothing, basically.
For Kawhi, he wanted jobs to do nothing, according to all the different reports. And we'll just use the Spurs as an example. You're doing an H-E-B commercial, you're getting paid for that commercial. You end up doing a commercial for Frost or Self or who are some of the other ones we've seen players do. Gun, they're getting paid for those, but they're in the commercials. That is what they are paid to do. When you see a player doing an appearance at Academy and they're there signing autographs for 2 hours, they're getting paid for that. And they're not getting paid $50 million. So
that's the difference.
But they're actually doing something for whatever they're being compensated for.
Yeah, but who the hell is going to pay Kawhi Leonard $50 million to do anything? To what? Show up and sign autographs?
Well, but again, though, when you read all these different articles, Uncle Dennis wanted ownership in companies without an investment. So in other words, 2%, 3% of your company, but we're not buying in, and endorsement deals where he doesn't have to do anything. Show up, do a commercial, photo shoot, nothing. I mean, it's just, that's the term no-show job, which is ridiculous, one, and especially in Toronto where he wanted all kinds of stuff, it sounds like. He did. And you wonder.
Probably wanted it here. I would not be surprised if old Uncle Dennis wanted something ridiculous here in San Antonio as well. And then he didn't get his way, and all of a sudden Kawhi's got a mystery knee injury that won't go away, that no doctor can find.
So you're saying Fred's Fish Fry should have just let him do the commercials?
Well, apparently, whoever it was. But, I mean, all of a sudden he's got this knee injury that no doctor can find what is wrong with him, and everybody says he's ready to go and healthy. And so Pop banished him to Toronto. Now, granted, they won a title there. But as you just mentioned, Uncle Dennis wanted to squeeze Toronto for a little juice. and they wouldn't do it. So he's out of there. Now he's squeezing the Clippers, and allegedly, the Clippers bowed and gave him his money.
You know, again, you're getting the inside dirty works. As a fan, do you care if a team, quote unquote, is circumventing the salary cap?
Yes,
right?
I do. Yes.
I mean, and I say that, and you answered quickly. We all care about that. But in a lot of ways, don't we all kind of wish college football would go back to the old days with the cash handshakes, right? Because you don't want to know about it. To think that this doesn't happen or people haven't asked before is pretty naive. Now, you'd like to think that the teams would be honorable and say, no, we can't do that. But let me introduce you to the local car dealership. Do commercials for them. You can make some extra money that way. Is that circumventing the salary cap?
That's not.
That's business.
That's business.
Right?
But this is, look, if you're talking about $48 million, if that number is true, and what's to say, look, hey, Kawhi, come over here. We'll pay you this because we want to stay. We want to sign this other guy. So we want to stay under the salary cap. So if we'll do that, but we're going to work out a deal over here that's going to give you the rest of what you're owed or what we think we should pay you. That's circumventing the salary cap, and that's allegedly what is going on here. The whole business thing and doing all of that other stuff is completely different. This, though, is so they would still have room. So if every NBA team does that, and you've still got room under the salary cap to sign all these players and bring in other guys to make your team better, that's circumventing the salary cap, and that should be an unforgivable sin in the NBA.
It should be in every sport. Because like I said, every team could do this. You know, Jerry Jones has said this many times, and it's even in the Netflix documentary. If he could just write a check.
Of course.
And win a Super Bowl, right? Could you imagine if Jerry Jones was working side deals with all of his players? You know what? Come here, $10 million a year and 2% in my oil and gas company.
Absolutely.
We'd all sign up for that.
Of course you would.
And everybody say, how's he getting all those guys to pay, right?
And staying under the cap, how's he able to do that?
Why are they going there for less money? Because the star on their helmet will help them make money later? Well, we know why. I mean, again, there is that honorable part of these billionaire owners that is a line you don't cross. Now, Ballmer's fairly new to the game. And while he seems likable, maybe he's not. And it's going to be interesting to see ultimately how this all plays out.
Well, that's the good news is there is an investigation. I'm happy that Adam Silver moved forward to do that. Let's find out if there's nothing going on, if it's shown that there's nothing, then we move on and everything's fine. But if there is, Adam Silver's going to have the stones to, throw the hammer down. And whether Ballmer knew about it or not, whether Kawhi Leonard knew about it or not, they both should be severely punished for this, whatever that happens to be.
Absolutely. Now, staying in the NBA, as we know, the San Antonio Spurs trying to drum up support for the new Wemby Center and the election coming up in November. Our current mayor is still not come on our show, although we kind of stopped asking after a while.
We did.
After everything happened, and we kept getting told no. And I just saw on Twitter another one of her staff members is quit. So that's the third one.
Yeah.
Since she took office just a couple of months ago. Although KSAT has just published an article on, I just saw this on Twitter. Because, again, Mayor Jones is very concerned about where our taxpayer dollars get spent, right? An outside media consultant brought on board by the mayor is costing taxpayers $10,000 a month.
Wow.
According to KSAT investigations.
Huh. $10,000 a month, huh?
$10,000. I mean, now, granted, as somebody that works in the media, she does need a media consultant. Just saying.
Yeah, is this for her?
Yes.
$10,000 a month just
Yes.
for her to look better in the public eye.
It's a strategic communications support. A representative of the public relations firm wrote that it would help the mayor get ahead of any future stories and allow for an easy transition once she identifies a communications director, because that's an area that she's had trouble staffing. The contract is tentatively scheduled to run through the end of October, according to an August 25th memo, KSAT writes, although the contract has an end date of November 30th. Jones on Wednesday defended the contract, telling KSAT in a written statement, I wonder who wrote it, that the agreement is to bridge a gap until a dedicated communications person is in place.
Wow.
I want a deal.
You know, for $10,000 a month, I'd probably go help her out a little bit.
I mean, Jones replaced her chief of staff less than 3 weeks into her term. An assistant to the mayor who handled media inquiries the last week, Gary Cooper, left the office and moved into a different role. I don't know. Maybe that's why she's not coming on the show, because everybody we're texting doesn't work there anymore.
That's not a good look. I mean, how long has she been in office? Since May?
May.
And she's lost 3 people already. I don't know if that's normal or typical or not, but doesn't sound good. Meanwhile, positive news, the Spurs in the Hill Country today, hooping it up for the folks out there, trying to cheer everybody up and give them a little something special that have been affected by those horrible, devastating floods back in July. So props to the Spurs for doing that and going up there and trying to cheer those folks up. And the video I saw, Wemby was there, which obviously is going to make everybody happy that went to that event.
Not surprising and very cool that the Spurs are doing that. Anything that they can do to go put a smile on somebody's face is just very, very cool. So I'm glad that they went up there and that they did that.
I am too. Very happy about that, and that's pretty typical of the Spurs doing stuff like that.
Can't believe that the opening day is right around the corner, which makes me wonder, do you think like the mayor on the Spurs home opener would do like something in the arena, you know, the celebrity ball kid, be out there? You know how they always do something? Do they honor the new mayor, you know, give her own jersey? I mean, it's going to be very interesting how they actually treat the mayor, because they had their rally Saturday, and then there was another rally against it on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah. I don't know. It's a good question. I have a feeling no, that probably won't happen, but maybe it will. Maybe this guy or girl that he's $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
We'll suggest that.
Well,
be good PR for you.
Well, it would be good PR, and then we find out that the city spent money for courtside seats. I kid.
I want a deal.
That's creepy, Pledge.
Yes, it is. Very creepy. Very creepy.
The mayor is still invited on the show at any point.
Any point in time.
If anybody knows her current or future communication specialist.
Yes, if you are interviewing for that job, even in listening, please let us know when you get hired and give us a call. We would like that very much. Absolutely. It is a hump day here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hump day?
Yeah, baby. We will celebrate hump day when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, I got some unfinished business to do.
You do.
And I'm very happy to do it because I need to talk about Connecticut, my quality water softener that I have in my house, and I know a lot of you have one in your house as well, so you know exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you it's the best water softener on the market by far. And I know this because I've lived in other houses that had other water softeners, and they don't hold a candle to a Connecticut quality water softener. Look, you want to treat your family and yourself to the best, you need to get yourself a Connecticut quality water softener. It is the best. And you can tell when you take a shower. You get out cleaner. Your clothes are cleaner from the washing machine. Your dishes come out cleaner from the dishwasher. Everything is better. And you know all along you're protecting all those appliances and the pipes in your house from the extremely hard water that we have here in San Antonio. And what I love about this thing, you don't plug it in. It does not run on electricity. So obviously there's no electric bill associated with your Connecticut quality water softener. It is outstanding, and it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, they've still got this deal going on. Not sure how they're doing it, but they're doing it. You'll get a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. Basically, what that means for you, you don't have to buy bottled water anymore because you have it right there at your kitchen sink. That's a savings in itself right there. They're going to give you $400 trade-in off your old water softener and free money. I love this. 0% interest for 12 months. 0% interest for 12 months. You can't beat a deal like that. You don't want to wait. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Presented by Just Punts. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's football season and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit is just a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your four-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
This breaking just now, Cowboys offensive lineman Tyler Guyton has been fined $12,172 for what they're calling unsportsmanlike conduct by the NFL's front office. Remember when he threw a punch, throwing a block? It went unflagged in the Cowboys-Eagles opener, but the NFL says, we're going to fine you anyway. By the way, the Texas Rangers complete their victory over Milwaukee today, 6-3.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylow.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Oh, happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one out there, and I know you are if you get up at 5 o'clock because you're off work and you're over the hump.
Over the hump.
Wednesday, for all intents and purposes, is over for you, and you're going to slide right there into the weekend. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And tomorrow, being a Thursday, the Blitz is going to be live with our friends from Bud Light at Stout House City Base. Tomorrow, 2 to 6, your chance to win tickets to go to UFC Noche, which is happening Saturday night at the Frost Bank Center. So if you want to win your tickets, make sure you come see us tomorrow at Stout House City Base location there off of South New Braunfels. Been a while since we've been to that part of town, so come see us if you're in that area. Your chance to win some tickets. Going to guess you're probably going to get a drink or two and something to eat there. It's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. Heading out there, and it was a fun event last week. We were split, and that's what we did at Pockets Billiards last Friday. You were at the football game, so Minix gets to participate in the party tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be fun.
And, neither one of us essentially get to participate in our golf tournament we don't get a foursome, but we do get to participate and have a whole lot of fun. There's a couple of spots left, and that is it. We're down to singles. We started the show with 3 singles, and I haven't heard from Nick, our promotions director, so I don't know how many of those that we have sold. So if you want to play in our golf tournament, get to sasportstar.com. Sign up as an individual because group's done. So sign up. If you know you've got 2, sign up as 2 individuals. You know how it works. Anybody that gets signed up today before 6 o'clock, so in less than an hour, you'll have a chance to win a Kanga cooler from Flight by Yingling. These are always very popular. They're fantastic, by the way. I have one. Joe has 2. You want one, get signed up. Get a little bonus for being one of the last in our tournament.
Which is kind of very generous of us, I think. I mean, procrastinators waiting to get in, and then they get rewarded for that. But that's okay. It's what we do here.
There's something about being the closeout. You can claim, whether you are or not, but you could claim you were the final entry. You were the one that got us to officially say we are sold out of our Fall Golf Classic happening September 29th out at Olympia Hills, brought to you by the Lofts of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, and PPL Motorhomes.
Very nice, and we appreciate all of our sponsors. Support them. Will you do that? Because it's very important that you do. So the golf tournament's going to be a blast. I can't wait for that. It always is a lot of fun.
Always a lot of fun and great cause. The Community Foundation of the Hill Country, obviously those devastating floods July 4th. So the money raised will certainly help them. So, again, a couple of spots left, all individuals, sasportstar.com to be able to do that. We're in the toy department.
We are.
We talk sports. We have a lot of fun. And we try not to let the real world get involved very often, but sometimes it does. We're very aware. I'm seeing some of the comments on YouTube of what happened with Charlie Kirk. The fact that my timeline right now is more about Charlie Kirk than it is Cowboys is, quite frankly, a little bit surprising. And it's just sad. I don't care what side you are on. What happened today is sad.
Yeah, some lunatic shot him in the neck as he was at a college in Utah, somebody shot him in the neck, and he died from his injury. 31 years old, 2 kids,
2 young
and a
kids.
wife.
Yeah.
And again, if you disagree with Charlie Kirk, that's fine. It's not a problem. But violence is not the answer.
No.
For anything like that. It's just very sad that we see stuff like that happen, no matter who it happens to. It's not right. Violence is not the answer, man.
It is not. And again, just seeing some of the comments on YouTube, yes, we're aware. We like to have fun, and we try to stay in the toy department, and we will. But we are very much aware, and I'll speak for Joe, angry that this is happening in our country.
Yeah,
this is just, like I said, sad.
I don't care who it has. It's just evil and people that just are ignorant, I think, that do these kind of things. And it's just, Charlie Kirk, very outspoken conservative, obviously, big Trump supporter, and somebody thought that he needed to die for that. And it's just, it's very sad. Whether you like Trump or not, that's beside the point. What happened today is just it's a travesty, and it's just sad to see that in the United States that this kind of stuff happens.
Hard to transition into talking about, hey, Jadeveon Clowney was at practice today, but we're going to do that. Now, he did leave Dallas without a new contract, but let's lighten the mood and give away some stuff, because there's a big football game happening in the Alamo Dome coming up Saturday afternoon, 2:30 kickoff.
Second week in a row, big game in the Alamo Dome, and this is a huge one. I know folks have been wanting to see this matchup for a long time. UTSA taking on UIW. We got tickets.
We do. We got a pair of tickets we'll give away right now. What are we calling this, the Hometown Showdown?
Hometown Showdown.
Yeah, UTSA looking for their first win. I've seen some people talking smack on our YouTube page, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. A couple of them Cardinal fans saying them Roadrunners are going to be 0-3.
Well, I tell you what, it's certainly not going to be an easy game for either team. UIW's got a squad.
They do. I saw them in person a couple of weeks ago, and they are legit. I was at that game. It was 100 degrees outside when they played Eastern Washington. I'll be there Saturday inside the air-conditioned Alamo Dome as well. Will you be there? You will if you're caller number 9, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you don't win the tickets, buy them. Go UTSA.com.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's another big game in college football coming up this weekend, Jason. The Aggies.
Yeah, they got a big game.
Traveling up to Domerville.
You're just making up city names, Bart Simpson.
I am. Domerville, South Bend, Indiana, same thing. You got it all up there. Aggies taking on Notre Dame. Mike Elco was on this particular radio station this morning with the fellas on the morning huddle. They cuddle a little bit, so it's okay. Oh, AJ does with that cat. He cuddles all the time. So we're going to hear from Mike Elco when we return here on the Blitz.
Did you
on
say
94.
Cuddle or couple?
Cuddle.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I don't want to hear him cupping the cat.
Have you seen AJ lately without that damn cat? I think it's attached to him now.
Ugh
is right. We'll return here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Before we do, though, weekend plans. It is hump day. The weekend's coming quickly. Or maybe you've got tomorrow off or Friday off or maybe Monday off. Whatever day you have off, you ought to make plans right now to head out to the Golf Club of Texas. Get the golf clubs out. Go play some golf. Look, summertime and the warm weather's going to end pretty soon. You know that. And so I don't know how much longer you're going to want to play golf. Well, I'll tell you what. Now is a good time to go make your tee times. GolfClubTexas.com is where you need to do that. GolfClubTexas.com. That's where the best rates are always online. Look, it is a beautiful place, and if you haven't been out there lately, you haven't been out there. They have changed that thing tremendously, sunk a ton of money into that for your enjoyment. brand new sod all over the place. They've got brand new cart paths all over the golf course, and they've got these xeriscape areas that just add beauty to what was already a beautiful piece of property. And once you get out there, go hungry because, well, the Tin Cup Bar and Grill is the place to go. For lunch, for breakfast, for dinner, after you're around, whatever you want, the Tin Cup Bar and Grill is there. They can make any kind of cocktail that you want, and they've got all kinds of beer, whether it's on tap or in a bottle, however you want it, they have got it, and they will take great care of you. The Golf Club of Texas, look, you know exactly where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament? Schedule it out there. Go check them out. Again, those best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
What would you do if you had a little bit more money to do it?
I'd go to law school.
I'd open a bakery.
I'd travel to visit my grandparents I haven't seen in 10 years.
We all have things we want to do in life, and there are people who want to help you do them. So how do we best ask for that help? GoFundMe. GoFundMe is the #1 fundraising platform. 200 million people have used GoFundMe to support people doing things like furthering their education, starting a small business, or bringing people together in support of a cause. No matter what your goals are, GoFundMe helps you take an important step toward them. GoFundMe is free to set up and manage, easy to use, and designed to help you reach your goals.
The community was so supportive in helping me finally open my bakery. Now, every day I wake up and get to do what I love. And it all started with GoFundMe.
What would you do if you had the money to do it? Get started today with GoFundMe. Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe with actors voicing experiences inspired by our users.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Was that a Disney thing or what? Let's hit the road. Come on, kids, get in the car. Let's go. Hit the road. Sounds like a Disney cartoon. Is that somebody I should know? Yeah. It is?
No, this would be what the cool kids listen to.
Oh, the cool kids listen to this.
Yes.
Really? Let's hit the road. Let's hit the road. Are you kidding me? Who the hell is this?
Yada blah blah blah.
Exactly. Let's hit the road.
I'm going to see him in a couple of weeks in Kansas City and in February at Innings Fest.
And you listen to that?
I do. I love that.
Really?
So does Pledge. Just one of Pledge's favorite bands.
Wow.
Look at Pledge's hoodie right now. Can you read?
Dude, it sounds like a Disney cartoon.
I mean, look, it's not Conway Twitty, but this is what we call good music. What the kids call good music.
Okay, well.
I mean, not you, Grandpa.
Well, you're exactly right. I can turn on the Disney Channel and hear that song.
No, you really can't.
Yeah, let's hit the road. Let's hit the road.
I saw something last night that might be the perfect event for you, to the point that I even sent this to my mother. Although she won't leave the house for anything. She immediately said no. And my brother said no. And I thought this was perfect because my wife would have to go and I wouldn't because, well, we'll be in Baltimore for the Army-Navy game. It is right up your alley.
Okay.
The Texas Elvis Festival. Get this. December 9th through the 13th at the Waco Convention Center. 5 unforgettable days of Elvis magic. 15 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. Their lineup is stacked, it said.
Well, of course it is. Dude, if I went to that, I'd be the youngest dude in there.
I'm just saying, you would have a high probability. That's why I told my mom, you could go to this. Joanna will gladly drive you.
Joanna, what about you?
I'll be in Baltimore at the Army-Navy game. I'm busy. And but Mom, look, your birthday's coming up. You're turning 80. I'm going to get you tickets to this for your birthday. No.
And you volunteered your wife to take her.
I did.
Does Joanna know about this?
Maybe. I tell my brother, Jeff, you could go, right? Get out of your house. Go do something.
Waco, huh?
Why? So she could tell them how it's not right?
Well, that's true. My mom would criticize everything about it.
Yeah. She just said, I'm surprised. You know, Joanna should just surprise her, roll up there and say, let's go. How could she turn her down?
Have you met my mother?
No, I haven't. I have not. She'd say, "No, I'm not going, but come on in. I'll microwave you some ribs."
She would. She would do that. I mean, I mean, you're right, Pledge. My mom would criticize everything about that.
Literally everything.
But she might have fun. You know?
Bet she would have fun.
I mean, well, no, not really.
Big Elvis fan.
Huge. But like we got her out of the house to go watch that Elvis movie, and that was a mistake. She still bitches about that.
Does she really?
Yes.
Because she was fact-checking them, huh?
All of it. And she thought that Austin guy was just awful.
It was awful.
Everybody else seemed to enjoy the movie, but my mother did not.
I thought the guy was pretty good.
I mean, but
I thought, he did all right.
So it was, but that would be right up your alley. I mean, one, the age demographic of the ladies that love you would be perfect.
Dude, I'm a big star in picks.
You are. Well, you're not necessarily a big star.
Well, with the 70 plus.
I mean, they think you're Bill Taylor.
Well, whatever it takes. I mean, who cares?
But you're always one of the younger ones in there. Well dressed, looks like you can dress yourself, so you're very popular with that demographic.
Let me tell you something about that demographic, and I mean this in all sincerity. My sister-in-law, her mom passed away about 3-4 years ago.
Yep.
About a week, 2 weeks after she passed away, her father got more pies from the old ladies in the neighborhood that were widows.
What kind of pies?
Well, no,
Is that what we're calling it now?
Pies that you eat.
Okay.
Well,
keep digging that hole, Joe.
Well, that you know what kind of pies I'm talking about.
Like a Boston cream pie?
Well, sure.
Or a lemon meringue pie?
Apple pie.
Chocolate pie?
Chocolate pie.
Anybody figure out what his favorite pie was?
I don't know, but I find that interesting because, it was a week after she passed, and here come we got a hot one.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. My grandfather, I don't remember meeting my real grandmother. She died when I was 2. And so I grew up thinking that my step-grandma was actually my grandma. My grandfather, my mom's mom, married Harriet 3 months after my grandma died. I was like, wow. They didn't know each other before. Wow. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny, and my sister-in-law talks about that story. Funny, and now it's been several years. I don't know how many years, but it's been several, and he's dating someone else.
Yeah.
Very, very nice lady.
Still get lots of pie?
Well, that I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I don't refer to his sex life or his eating habits, so I don't know.
So you don't talk to your sister-in-law about her dad's sex life?
No, I don't think I've ever done that. Never have. No.
But his diet, you're with.
Say, hey, Kim,
he's not diabetic,
sit down,
is he?
honey. I want to talk to you. How's your dad's sex life? Is it good?
Well, I mean, it's inspiration.
Yeah, well.
How's the pie?
I'm okay right now, so everything's good. I don't need any foreign pie. I'm good. I'm all right now.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You
yes,
sure?
Absolutely. Yes.
Can we hear a little warrant? We need to hear some cherry pie.
Well, I don't think that's appropriate for the age group we're talking about. Just saying. I don't know.
Memories?
Memory. Well, that's an interesting thing.
What?
And I mean, this is not the show for this, but sometimes we're at the Roo Pub, but I mean, I don't know that ever happened to me.
Never once?
Well,
you always had the experience?
I'm not. Well, not me personally, because I remember my first time, but I'm not sure that
you were nobody's first.
I'm not sure that I was her first.
Well, you're too old for that to happen now. You'd get arrested.
Well, I'm just saying, exactly.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying
you missed out.
Maybe I
you would know.
It was still.
Yeah.
Still.
So you have something on your bucket list.
It was no. I don't.
Even in Utah?
I kind of like my freedom. All right, I don't want to go to jail. where I'll be somebody's
Hey,
Bubba.
hey.
I'll be somebody's first.
Like I said, I'm glad you still have goals, right?
Well, no, I don't have any goals. No,
You sure?
No.
The hell. So Mike Elco is on the morning huddle today.
It was his first time on the
it
morning huddle.
was.
Yeah.
First time. It was a great conversation that the morning guys had with the Aggies head coach today. And they did ask one of the questions that, I've heard them talk, but, I was not sold on Marcel Reed at the end of last year. And with the Aggie money, I thought they would go out and buy themselves another quarterback, and they did not. So their belief in Marcel Reed is strong. And through the first couple of games, certainly there. And they asked him about Marcel Reed coming in as QB1.
Really well. I think he's completing about 67% of his passes. He's got 8 touchdowns, no turnovers. He's got some really talented weapons around him, and I think he just looks really comfortable in what we're trying to do in the system offensively. And I think he was never in that spot last year. He was never that comfortable, coming in not as the number one, still learning, still growing. Felt like he was always swimming upstream a little bit with some of that stuff last year. And I think he's done a phenomenal job of putting himself in a position to really have a great pulse on what we're trying to do and how we're trying to go about it on offense. And I think that's shown through the first 2 games.
Well, last year he was looking over his shoulder every time he'd come in the game, right? For the most part, you never knew. He wasn't the starter for real. You kind of looking over your shoulder. That's a tough spot for anybody to be in. Now he's not looking over his shoulder. He knows this is his team, and he's a quarterback. And I just think it's human nature. You're more comfortable that way.
No, and again, he's played well against UTSA and Utah State.
Right.
Even in that UTSA game, though, he missed a wide-open guy. His numbers should have been a lot gaudier. That said, this week they've got Notre Dame. It's a pretty major step up in competition.
We've answered a lot of the questions that we wanted to answer. Could we get more explosive in the passing game? Could Marcel Reed take the next step? Could we do better defending the pass on defense? And I think those 3 things have turned out well through 2 games. Obviously, the level of competition is about to go really high, but we're excited about that. And then obviously within the first 2 games, there's things that you got to clean up and you got to fix. And I think defensively we got to tackle better. We got to be a little bit more consistent, but certainly excited with what our highs have looked like and what we're capable of.
Yeah, look, they're a talented team, I think, but I don't think they've played their best football yet overall. I really don't. They're 2-0, but I don't think they've played their best football, and they're going to have to this week at Notre Dame.
They will, and one of the things that Mike Elco said this morning on the morning huddle that I thought was a little insightful in what the Aggie game plan might be is they're going to have to take some shots. They were asked, the Aggies walk out of there with a win
if we have more explosive plays than them. I think if we're able to create separation in the passing game, if we're able to hit some home run shots and win on the perimeter, and if we're able to eliminate the running backs from getting into big space and ripping off long runs, I think that's going to be our recipe to success.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of things right. He just reeled off a bunch of them. But it's going to take that on the road against a team that's had 2 weeks to prepare for you. Notre Dame got beat by Miami, and then they didn't play last week. So they've had a couple of weeks to get ready for the Aggies.
But again, I look at it as they know they can't have a conservative game plan. They can't go in there and try to play conservative, mistake-free football and expect to win. That sounds like they've got some plays designed to take some shots. They got to swing for the fences. They're outmatched. If they lose the game, nobody's going to be surprised. So they can't play the game not to lose. They got to play it to win. And to do that, you got to hit some home runs. You've got, obviously tackle well and all that kind of, sure. But when you have an opportunity for a big play, you've got to hit one. You've got to create something. But it does sound like they've got some shot plays in their game plan coming up, which I think is huge.
Well, and that's great. And I hope that they do. But the other thing, too, is you got to let Marcel Reed free.
Yeah.
You got to let him improvise. You got to let him run with the football. You got to let him go and not have a leash on him. All of the above is what you're going to have to do to come out of Notre Dame with a win. That's going to be a good football game. I'm looking forward to it. It's prime time on Saturday night. So, and right now the Domers are a 6.5-point favorite. Last I checked. So that could change by the time game time rolls around, but we will see.
If Texas A&M
be stealing my Lucky Charms,
gets out of there with the win, that might be the biggest story of the weekend in college football, let alone the SEC, and maybe changes their entire outlook on the rest of the year. I know it's September. This is a massive, massive test for Texas A&M. And again, Mike Elco, every Wednesday morning on the Morning Huddle. Every Thursday afternoon, 4:30, Stephen Jones will be on with us. And then every Friday morning, Brian Schottenheimer on the Huddle, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. So all the big-time players involved, they're on our station.
And tomorrow when we have Stephen Jones on our air, we'll ask him about Jadeveon Clowney. There is some word coming out from our good friend Clarence Hill. We'll talk about that. Tyler Guyton, there's some news there and some more news coming out of the Star in Frisco. All of that when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that's Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899, 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked and they have all the equipment needed for any job. They do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. So call them 210-651-5899. 651-5899 or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown." Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
In the 80s, everyone was breaking. Break dancing, that is. Lots of moves, spins, flashy colors, and a whole lot of cardboard. Breaking in the 80s was good, but breaking now, not so good. That's why Dave Ramsey recommends Kinetico water softeners in San Antonio and the Hill Country. Seems like many brands of water softeners these days have flashy lights, sounds, and moving parts. Bad news, all those parts are more likely to break and break and break again. With Kinetico water softeners, there are fewer moving parts, and a Kinetico only runs on kinetic energy and is up to 80% more efficient than other competing models. A Kinetico was built to work, not break. That's why Kinetico is backed by an outstanding 10-year warranty, and right now receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with a trade-in of any water softener, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. With a Kinetico, you'll have water soft as parachute pants on the dance floor.
KineticoSA.com.
License number 38961. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
Trying to find a needle in a haystack? Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Who was the last guy that you're like, oh my God, I really don't want to let this guy go?
Man, I tell you what, that's a tough question. I'm going to pivot on you like most great minds do.
Well done.
It wasn't the toughest cut, but the coolest one for me was bringing Perion Winfrey in, thinking he was going to get cut, and then telling him that he made the roster.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The Blitz on a hump day. Lots going on today. Lots going on tomorrow as we get closer to the football weekend. In fact, we do have NFL football tomorrow night. Green Bay Packers playing host to the Washington Command Skins. And ought to be a pretty good game. You know, Green Bay's only a 3.5-point favorite in that game. That really surprises me.
It is a little, well, not really. I mean, they're playing at home. They've got.
Well, Green Bay's at home. That's at Lambeau.
That's what I said. They're Green Bay's favored, right? They're playing
I figured
at home.
they'd be favored by more than 3.5 is what I'm saying.
I think it's the respect for Washington and what they might do. They've got that rookie running back and obviously Jaden Daniels. Is that game on 94.1 tomorrow, Pledge?
Awesome.
Nice.
Be a nice reunion.
For Thursday night football?
For Micah and Dan Quinn. I bet that'll be sweet. They'll have lunch together.
They might.
Little
get some cheese curds.
Little soda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, iced tea.
Thursday night football.
Cuddle up together.
Brought to you by Flight by Yingling. I wonder if they need to go find that place that we found at the Super Bowl from Green Bay that has those chocolate-covered Oreos.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about Wisconsin.
That was fantastic.
The only thing I really know about Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Wisconsin either.
So, Jadeveon Clowney was in for a visit. He left without a contract. There are some reports right now, including Clarence Hill, not likely to get a deal. Now, we'll ask Stephen Jones. We'll see what he tells us about it. Is it about money? Or truly, do they just want to get their eyes on him, get a physical? If there is an injury, then they know who they can call right away.
If he doesn't sign with somebody else.
If he doesn't sign from somebody else. Because Schottenheimer did say today he does have some options. But, you know, there's always a reason you bring somebody in for a visit.
No, this is something that, again, we've just been monitoring. We'll do it with every position. Again, I feel great about our defensive line depth. But, you know, anytime you have a chance to potentially add good football players, why wouldn't you kick the tires?
Yeah, I mean, why not kick the tires? You bring him in, you see what happens. Offer him a contract. Who knows what that was, or if they even did offer him a contract and about his way. But, look, I'm okay with that because what Shotty said there is true. I think that defensive line, they probably have more depth there right now than they have anywhere else.
Well, and you look at the Philadelphia game. According to Cowboy team stats, quarterback pressures in week 1, Sam Williams had 5. Dante Fowler and Oso Odighizuwa each had 4. Kenny Clark, and Marshawn Nealand each had 3. Now, they did get the 1 sack on Jalen Hurts, and they made a hell of an adjustment in the second half to keep him from running like he was doing prior to that long rain delay. But they were getting pressure on the quarterback. Now, getting him to the ground or, you know, I think the biggest in the first half, which you saw the in-game adjustment in the second half, is the coverage was so good, the pressure was there, Jalen Hurts scrambling, and he had a lot of room to run, and he killed him with his legs.
Yeah, he did. He had a lot of room in that first half. But again, it was Eberflus or whoever it was, I'm assuming it was Eberflus, made the adjustments to contain Hurts in the second half, and they did a great job.
So you look at that and you go, okay, is there a need for a Jadeveon Clowney? You always need another good player. And Clowney is one that would help not only the pass rush, but he's a good run stopper as well, and that's apparently the new focus for the Cowboys. But the fact that he left without a contract tells me the Cowboys weren't desperate or, panicking after one game and, we need some help. But they can improve, and he would certainly do that. And I wonder what spot he would take. And my first thought is Mozzie Smith. Now, Perion Winfrey on the PUP list, defensive tackle, Mozzie Smith, the defensive tackle. And, look, inactive for game one for a first-round pick, Jerry said the other day, likely to be inactive again. Shoddy talked today about what Mozzie needs to do to be on the active roster.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we're going to have 3 great practices this week. And, I think we have a projected list of how we think this thing can play out and what we think, but it's projection at best. And you don't know. And we're in pads today and we're running around and hopefully we come out of it clean and all that stuff. But these guys have the opportunity to earn their spots. And in Mozzie's case, it's been Mozzie's a good player. It's the flashes are there. It's just the consistency has to be there more often. And again, but just because you were inactive last week doesn't mean you're going to be inactive this week. It just means that you were inactive week 1, and they have a big role in trying to get that changed. And at the end of the day, we do a great job, I believe, of trying to communicate to these guys on game day or the night before, in this case, because of the noon start, of what the plan is. But things change in a hurry.
And what I like about what Shoddy said there, and he said this last week too, or after the game when he was asked about Mozzie Smith, look, he can change it. He gives them the opportunity. So they had Shoddy talked before practice today. They had a practice already today. They'll practice again tomorrow and a walkthrough on Friday. And then so Mozzie can change that. So obviously there's something that Mozzie's not doing in practice that is keeping him off the active roster for games, at least for the first one. So he can change that, as can Jaden Blue, who was not active against the Eagles last Thursday night.
And it's interesting because you think about Jaden Blue as a rookie, and I forget who we were talking to. It says, a little surprising, but first game on the road, you want to go with a veteran guy that's not going to fumble. And then, of course, Miles Sanders fumbled.
Yeah.
So you get the home opener. In the run game, especially with Javonte Williams, and Sanders did have that 49-yard run. The run game looked as good for the Cowboys as it's looked since Zeke was in his prime.
I agree.
All right, but you're facing an incredible Giants defensive line, and Shoddy talked about the run game against that D-line.
We expect to be able to run the ball well against every opponent. This group is very, very good. The linebackers are downhill. I'm a huge Dexter Lawrence fan. He's fun to go against, but it's also fun to be done with it when you're done playing him, because he's so big and powerful inside. But like I said, it's an exciting matchup for us. They're a very, very talented group, and it'll be a fun matchup.
It should be a fun matchup, and the Cowboys are going to have to play well to beat these guys. And everybody thinks it's the Giants, but their defense is certainly much better than their offense at this point in time. Russell Wilson, we've already been told by Dayball he's going to get the start against the Cowboys. Malik Neighbors is as good as they get, and when it comes to wide receivers, so they've got that. But other than that, Jason, I'm not sure exactly what the Giants have.
Well, and again, for the Cowboys offensively, their run game, it's got to be there. The passing game, I thought we would see a lot more George Pickens in the first game, and a couple of catches, a couple of targets, and one big penalty that really seemed to piss off his head coach.
Yeah, no, we talk about it. We approach all things like that. Yeah, I mean, he came in too high and slung the guy down, and it was a good penalty. And obviously they got the hit in the head to Fergie, which kind of took it away. But, yeah, we just talk about, you can't hurt the team. And I love the physicality that George plays with. But all of us, we can't do really, I say it this way: you can't do stupid. And I'm not saying that was the only stupid thing that we did, but like things that hurt the team like that, you can't do that. So you point it out, you coach it, and at the end of the day, it's stuff that when it comes to a close game, it can hurt your ability to win.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. By the way, Todd Archer just tweeted out, not good news for the Cowboys, said that Deron Bland could miss a couple of weeks because of a right foot injury that he suffered in Monday's practice. So that's not good news for the Cowboys in that secondary, which is already pretty thin.
The good news is they're playing Russell Wilson and the Giants.
Well, that is
all right,
exactly.
But again, though, I mean, that's where you wonder about depth and, guys coming in. Gilmore's still available. Back to shoddy and stupid penalties. Tyler Guyton did not get flagged in the game for that slap to the head, punch, whatever you want to call it.
Punch.
It was a slap.
It was a punch.
Open-handed.
Come on.
He just pushed him down.
What'd the five fingers say to the face?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Now, I'm looking at it right now because there's a great thing called video that lives forever, and it is a punch.
Yeah.
Bam! That's a left hook, dude.
I mean,
Mike Tyson would have been proud of that left hook.
I just see he was pushed. He went to go hit his shoulder, and a guy moved.
It was a pimp slap.
No penalty on the play, but he was fined $12,172 for that play today. And Guyton does say he plans to appeal the fine. He doesn't think it was a punch.
Now, look, it's a good thing it wasn't called because he probably would have been ejected from the game with that punch. And it's a punch. Come on. You can't do that. What the hell's the matter with him?
You can't do that. But
maybe they do that stupid stuff at OU, but, you get to the pros, you can't do that.
549 and OU still sucks.
That's what the Cowboys drafting a dude from Oklahoma anyway.
So they produce some good football players.
Whatever.
I mean, he's from Texas and just went to school there.
Well, he's got bad judgment, right? Obviously.
I mean, offensively, since he used a golf analogy throughout the training camp, saying he was using a 7-iron in his preseason games, how much offense is left in that bag for Schottenheimer?
Quite a bit. I mean, we want to be multiple, Nick. You know that, and we do a good job of self-scouting ourselves. I would agree with that. I don't know whether the number's 4 games, 5 games, whatever it is, but we've got a philosophy of what we want to do. That doesn't change. We certainly have plays each week that we look at, we see that we like, that match up against a very, very good defense this week with the Giants. Big fan of Shane Bowen and his style coming from, Romeo Crennel and Mike Vrabel and those guys. I think he does a really good job. It's a well-coached football team we're getting ready to play. But, you're always looking to tweak things. And hopefully week 10, week 15, and beyond, we're still keeping people off balance.
All right, keeping people off balance. And again, it's a perfect game for the Cowboys to bounce back in. They should be 1-0, in my opinion, right now. They blew that between the Miles Sanders fumble and the CD Lamb drops. They should have won that game. They had every opportunity to win that game, and they let it slip through their fingers. So this is a big game for them. They can't come out and so it's the Giants, and we got this in the bag. They need to come out and kick the Giants' ass.
They do. And quite frankly, I think it's going to be how well does the defense play. You're going against Russell Wilson. And just because I'm a fan of Arizona State and Cam Scadaboo, I want to see what he can do, although he didn't have a great rookie debut. Malik Neighbors on the injury report with a back, although he was limited in practice. And he's a guy that was already shown that he's visibly frustrated with Russell Wilson. And I'd like to think that Schottenheimer's knowledge of Russell Wilson will help him in helping the defense game plan because they do have that knowledge.
Yeah, I think that's the fun part of the chess match that we love so much as coaches and players, and why you look forward to playing against your friends. I'm not the only one in the defensive room that knows Russ. Andre Curtis was with Russ for a long time in Seattle, actually longer than I was. His strengths, his weaknesses, but I also know what an incredibly hard worker Russ is, and so I'm not fooled for 1 second to think he's not working on certain things that he knows that I know and that Dre knows and stuff like that. But he's going to go out and play, and really it's more on the coaches to, come up with a game plan. And I've spoken a lot about my respect for Brian Daboll. He was a quarterback coach for us with the Jets when I was the coordinator, and I think he's an awesome coach, and it should be a fun chess match to watch Sunday at noon.
It's interesting. I think Daboll's a good coach too. I don't know if he's a good head coach. Good offensive coordinator, perhaps, but he may be in that category that he's not a good head coach. And look, he hasn't had much help from the management side of things.
Yeah, they got rid of Saquon.
Trading away Saquon Barkley.
I'd rather get rid of Micah than get rid of Saquon.
Well, exactly. So, and you trade him, and he goes to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I'm glad Micah didn't go there.
At least credit Jerry for that, for goodness sake. Better deal from Philly, but you don't want him in the same division. But Daboll is a good offensive coach. He just hasn't had much to work with. Daniel Jones didn't pan out there, obviously. Now you get Russell Wilson, who I think is he's done. He's cooked. And why they're not starting Jackson Dart. Why they're not starting Jackson Dart right now and looking to see what you have for the future. And I know young, bad team, it might set him back. I get all of that. But I don't think you have anything to lose at this point in time. And if I'm a Giants fan, I'm calling for Jackson Dart.
It's always so interesting because everybody says we got to let these guys wait, learn a system for a year.
Sure, I get that.
The problem with Daboll is whatever Jackson's going to learn this year, Daboll gets fired, then he's got to learn a whole new system to begin with. The idea of rushing him if he's not ready, until they think he's ready, I think we all think we'll see him by midseason. And if Russ continues to look cooked instead of Russ cooking, because he looks done. But keep in mind, when they signed Russell Wilson, they didn't know they were going to get to draft a Jackson Dart. He almost fell in the lap. They brought in Jameis for the same reason. I don't know that they were planning on drafting a first-round quarterback, but when he was there, they went with it. But Brian Daboll's coaching for his job. If he thought Jackson was the better option right now, I think you would go that route unless management is saying no. We got to keep him in the bubble wrap. But he is QB2. He's an injury away from being out there.
Well, look, I'd rather start Jameis Winston, for goodness sake. I mean, Jameis is going to make some mistakes, some bad ones. But, man, at least I think he's better than Russell Wilson at this point in time. So if you want to keep Dart on the bench and let him learn, fine. But Jameis should be your quarterback. I think you've got a better chance of winning with him.
Why do you hate Russell Wilson?
Dude, I don't hate Russell Wilson. Took up for him.
I think he's a bum.
I don't know how many times, but he's obviously cooked. He's done. He just looked horrible against Washington, and, well, he looks horrible all the time. So, Pledge, you got a show today? All right, Extra Innings with James Pledger is coming up next year on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The fellas, AJ and Rob, the Morning Huddle will get you started early tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Jason and I are live at the Stout House, City Base, tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be getting you ready for Noche UFC, and you can win some tickets, as a matter of fact, thanks to our friends at Bud Light. So we'll be out there at 2 o'clock. In the meantime, Jason, we're over the hump, my friend. We're going to slide into the weekend. Hope everybody has a great night. Stay tuned for Pledge coming up next.
Hump Day!
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle,